personal chefdom, the wide world of personal chefdom, is likely one of the more wild, more crazy things that one can have as a profession. So, what is the wildest thing that someone asked you to prepare for them in your time as a personal chef?
And it's going to be crazy, but the family that I cooked for, they always wanted comfort food. So they wanted turkey sloppy joes.
Yo,
that sounds good. That's random, but I'd eat it.
Random as all hell. And of course, I don't make things coming from a gourmet background. I never really had to make sloppy joes. Like, I think I made sloppy joes when I was learning how to be a cook. And then she's like, oh, I had this great sloppy joe recipe. I found it on Pinterest. Now, being a chef,
Pinterest is shit, though.
and I'm going to curse right now, I fucking hate Pinterest.
Yep.
That is the murder she wrote letter to cooking.
Yeah,
Where the hell do people get off following fake ass recipes on Pinterest? Trying to be what's the late Martha Stewart at home? I hate it. But anyway,
my wife hates you.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
hey,
right.
bring her on. Bring her on. She can have a nice cup of hot cocoa too. Yeah, man. Turkey sloppy joes, they were a healthy, organic family, and which was, nice, clean eating, fresh ingredients, farm to table. It took a lot just to source the food for this family. But she came at me. She said, "Yeah, my sister and her family are coming down. Can you make us turkey sloppy joes like when we were kids?" And I just did a double take. Like, are you fucking kidding me? I said, "Yeah." I said, "Give me one of your Pinterest recipes, and I'll do my thing for you."
all the organic vibe. Those aren't sloppy joes. Those aren't even sloppy.
Actually,
that needs to be a rebrand.
Super sloppy, super clean sloppy joes.
How sloppy did you make it, chef?
hey,
Sloppy.
Make them extra sloppy for ya.
can you imagine? Can you guys imagine having the means to hire a personal chef, and one of the things that you ask them to make is sloppy joes?
Just because you're rich don't mean you eat rich people food. What about fried bologna sandwich?
What's the Tyler Perry?
Chef.
What's the Tyler Perry quote? I can do bad all by myself. Like, I don't need your help for sloppy joes. I got that on lock. That I just find that wild. And Gabe, in the midst of it, before you can even introduce, I think we have the makings of a draft.
I think so.
Oh yes, I'm happy about that. Let's go.
Did you do ketchup in the sloppy joes too? Like,
yes,
I bet you made your
ketchup.
own ketchup too.
Yeah, organic ketchup. No, I source it. They were paying for it. I sourced it. I'm not making ketchup if I don't have to.
Have you ever made ketchup?
No.
Okay. Do you think that's stupid? Like, as a chef to if you were to open a restaurant tomorrow and you'd be like, yes, fucking ketchup, all these 5 ketchups, this is my jam. Like, do you think that's just stupid to have house-made ketchup? Like,
I think you can get off by sourcing a delicious ketchup, and then mixing ingredients to make it your own ketchup. And that's the secret to the chef business. You could take a recipe and switch it around once. Therefore, it is not plagiarism, and it is yours.
Well, Pinterest.
It's kind of like some fantasy takes. That's how it goes.
Yeah, Twitter is literally that. We're just regurgitating.
Yeah, we're speaking each other's
over and
language
over and over again. It's ridiculous. Pinterest is horrible, though. You're right, but I will say this: that not everyone is a personal chef, and everyone wants to be a personal chef, and that's where they have to go. Like, they can't just make turkey sloppy joes off rip. They have to go look that up on Pinterest. Be like, turkey. Like, I don't know how to make a turkey sloppy joe. Where do I even start? Do I have to buy the whole bird?
Feather on.
Feather on. Yeah.
Recommended.
Yeah. Okay. Well, wait, J Mike. So we're live. But we have a draft right away. Should we just do it? What is it? Tell me. What is it?
That's so let's say, for example's sake, everyone in this chat started making T King mode money. Okay.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden you've been handed the bag, you've been handed the keys to the kingdom. Life is good, right?
Mm.
You are crushing. Hey, where's Ray at? Ray GQ, my man, Ray Garvin. As Ray says, you are the hottest thing smoking right now. All right.
Best thing smoking.
This is the draft. If you had a personal chef, what would you ask the chef to make as the very first thing ever in your own kitchen? What would you have the chef make? And you have to equate it. Yes, you have to equate it to a fantasy football player. Again, what is the meal that you have your personal chef make, and what player would you equate to said meal?
Okay.
Man, there's so much pressure, but I know what the meal is.
Already out the gate.
Yeah.
I know what the meal is. There's a lot of choices, but in terms of what my chef's gonna make for me, it's gonna be baked macaroni and cheese. And that's what it is, baked. Because everyone could get like easy mac and nasty stuff like that. Nah, I don't want that. I want delicious baked mac and cheese. If the gourmet chef's gonna do it, I know it's gonna be interesting. They might put some parsley on it or something. I don't know.
Parsley? Getting fancy now, huh?
I know, getting crazy.
Dried or fresh?
Fresh, man. If I'm getting a personal chef, they better get fresh. But the player with baked mac and cheese, I'm gonna say, give me CEH, boy. give me CEH in terms of baked mac and cheese. You know why? I don't know. I think of baked mac and cheese as being fresh, being hot. I want to say creamy because that's gross. but I would say CEH. I don't know why, but he was the first player that came to my head when I thought of baked macaroni and cheese. Maybe because he's short and thick or something like that. I don't know, but give me CEH, baked macaroni and cheese.
I like my Big Mac and cheese short and thick.
Short and thick.
I don't know what else. I was going to describe. You said a player for the food. I don't know what else to say.
But creamy too, though. He said.
Creamy.
Oh, he's smooth.
He's smooth with it. Yeah, with it.
Yeah.
He could juke people out. He's short.
I just love how you snatched the 101 because you probably do have a personal chef. We talk about T King money, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I got this. It's like, oh, okay, this now makes sense.
It was just a question for him, like a literal one. Like, so what did you have your personal chef make you?
Bruh, I want to know where this T King money's at, man. I would love to know. Jeez. My family would like to know too.
All right. 101, done, taken, gone. 102, where we headed? Any of you? Scott's ready.
Yeah, you know what? This is a no-brainer for me right now. I'm gonna go filet mignon, cooked, medium rare, almost rare. If it's a good cut, it's rare. I'm not gonna say Pittsburgh it, but I've eaten almost Pittsburgh meat before that was high quality meat, and it's delicious. So I like my animal still kind of alive, and I'm gonna equate it to my man Devontae Adams, because there's nobody who I want right now in fantasy football more than that guy. I mean, he is a target monster. He's a touchdown monster. He is the filet mignon of fantasy this year, and I got him. I got him on my team. I got him on my big money team, and I'm 6-1. So you know what? I want a little bit of mashed potatoes next to it with a little gravy, because that's the Aaron Rodgers. You got to dip them in. They go together. They're simpatico, but definitely a nice filet mignon.
Okay.
Yeah, my meal looks shitty now. You get filet mignon? Damn, I'm trying to be humble.
I got that high quality taste now. I'm balling too, TK. You know what I'm talking about?
I need some nimble numbers money.
Man, here's the I don't have any revenue coming in except through DFS, and I got lucky 1 week. So 1 week does not make the whole season. We'll see how it goes.
Damn. J Mike, did we know that we had such, affluent guests here today? tonight.
Bro, I had no idea we were working with like big baller shot callers.
I know. Let's just do this fun personal chef draft. They're like, okay, well,
I chose mac and cheese.
Well, we just told a story about, I was listening to the story. Someone just told a story about somebody making, sloppy joes, and so I just, I got personal chef. You got to make something like this the best.
I love it.
Yeah,
No,
right.
I love it. I honestly cannot stop thinking about baked mac and cheese as CEH. Like, I feel like that just fits way too well. I don't know why.
It worked. I don't know why either. It just came to my head.
Yeah, especially when you
Short,
said like
thick,
short,
and
thick. Yeah. Just like too good. All right. Sorry, Mitch. Were you about to?
You're good.
start
I was
cooking
going to
there?
jump in because
Yeah.
I'm going to forget what I'm going to say. So I'm actually going to go with beef Wellington because I've never had it. But, I'll watch all of Gordon Ramsay's shows and like, it looks pretty good. He yells at everybody when they don't make it properly. Like, it looks delicious. So I'm going to equate that to Juju. Because when you look at Juju on the field, he looks really good. But I'm not even sure like a beef Wellington is actually good to eat. It could be horrible. And I kind of feel the same way about Juju right now. Like, he could just be a kind of average slot wide receiver in the league who needs a number one to take all that pressure away from him. And maybe Deontay Johnson's that guy. Maybe Claypool's that guy. And maybe, Juju ends up just being the slot. So it's a little bit of a stretch there going from beef Wellington to Juju, but that's my pick.
I love that. Juju,
All
man.
right. I'll jump in here with the 104. And I know no one is going to be able to take my answer, but I will just go for that reason. I'm a personal chef. And when you are a chef, you really don't want another chef in your kitchen. And that's one thing. Like, too many chefs spoil the broth kind of thing. But if I had T King money, I would want a chef to make me something that I have never made before. And I'm a big movie buff. And I'm just thinking about this right now. I want an everlasting gobstopper. An everlasting gobstopper from what was that, Willy Wonka? Something that I've never been able to create myself. I've never made like little candy that just doesn't disappear. And I'm going to equate it to Russell Wilson because he is throwing the ball this year, and I do not want him to stop throwing the ball. He is cooking like a real chef, and I want him to keep cooking for the rest of his career.
I'm with it.
I like that. I saw How It's Made once. I don't know what hungover day it was, but it was like 3 hours of like How It's Made on like all this shitty junk food.
Was it on
And I remember,
Pinterest?
yeah, exactly. Yeah. I went in the Pinterest rabbit hole, guys. But it showed how to make jawbreakers, which remind me of the everlasting gobstopper. And those shits took like weeks to make because they had to make layer by layer in like an individual tin for each color. Because when you break into those huge jawbreakers, that it's like, it looks like the earth, there's like layers to all that shit. I don't know. That's where, here we go. Open bar. What's up? Yeah, stuff. J Mike. Yeah, what's up, man? You got what's your personal chef making you, man?
So huge fan of the Cajun recipes, if you will. So your gumbos, your jambalayas.
No.
Those are all in my bag. So this is what I would do. I would have my chef make what are they called? Beignets. Beignets, right? Beignets are delicious. And I would have them lined with like the little Buckeyes. You know what Buckeyes are? The little chocolate peanut butter combo there. And I'm going to equate this to Michael Thomas. Now, here's the thing. Michael Thomas is on my get out of my face list just because he's kind of a jerk. So I would take these beignets and then I would open my own store as like a side hustle and sell the beignets to other people because I think that I could turn a very nice profit from the beignet factory that's being made in my home and flip it and make it something and turn it into something that I'd much rather have otherwise, which is some sort of a profit. So while I like beignets, while I think beignets are really tasty, while I think they provide a lot of value for me, not nutritional, of course, I would look to turn a profit so I could turn my T King mode money into nimble numbers money, and then try to figure out where I'm going from there. So Michael Thomas, nice player, take him, shop him out on the open market, see what I can get for him, see if I can turn my Michael Thomas into Justin Jefferson and some more because he's my guy. So some fun that way. But yeah, that's what I would do.
We got to talk about Michael Thomas soon, I think.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I thought we could put it off until like nobody was ever talking about him anymore because I think that he's still too popular for our show. Okay.
Well, we do have at least 2 people on here with personal chefs, so I mean, we might make some money tonight, J Mike.
I want to know where they're hiding at. I'm hungry.
I'm just recruiting for my podcast. Anybody want to come on and face me head to head? It's a great opportunity to win some money.
There you have it.
Let's do it. Let's go. We'll do it tonight. We'll go head to head tonight. We'll make a line. Let's do it.
I'm gonna smoke some marshmallows for Gabe over there for his hot chocolate.
Damn right.
Man.
Where's my torch, chef? Huh?
I'm gonna make mini beignets and put them in your hot chocolate. Little Michael Thomas is all floating around your hot
in the hot
chocolate.
chocolate. Come on. Come on.
Can we real quick, major shout out to the chat. Y'all keeping it lit already. Good to see you all. I feel like it's gonna be a fun night. The John Hogue hits us with he says it's Highline Chili Cajun, and I'm thinking that he's just missaying Skyline,
right?
The Cincinnati delicatessen, quote unquote.
It's the LA version.
You spelled diarrhea wrong, J Mike.
It's Skyline Chili Cajun. John Hogue, why would you even do that, bro? You go first off, no.
Eyeline chili is hilarious.
John Hogue just fired shots, and I love it. But Gabe, 106.
All right. So I don't know why this popped in my head, but I started with, okay, I definitely want my personal chef to make sushi because I feel like that's pretty difficult to like do successfully, and I feel like they'd fly in some good shit. If I'm a personal chef, I'm probably making it rain on them blowfish. Making it rain on them blowfish. So I've heard, I don't really know anything about sushi and about chef. You can correct me here if I'm totally off base, but blowfish is entirely like poisonous if not handled the right way. And I even did my research here, Googling things here on the side on the open bar. We're live 9:30 Eastern ish Tuesdays. Tetrodotoxin is the neurotoxin.
Yes. Yes.
See, okay. Found in fugu. All right. Don't fugu around with it.
Yeah, you don't fugu around with that.
You don't fugu around. All right. So I want my personal chef to. I'm gonna take it a step above the sushi. I'm gonna go fugu with it. Okay. And even you can put it in a roll. You can do the sashimi, whatever. I want it. All right. But it's delicate, right? It's kind of risky. Like I could die.
If it's prepared wrong, you die.
Yeah, if it's prepared incorrectly, I die. So I kind of have to trust this particular personal chef for me. So I am going to go with our guy, J Mike, James Robinson. All right, just been crushing it this year. The undrafted rookie running back. Okay, shout out to Pete. Undrafted rookies matter. Yes, sir. Second overall to only Alvin Kamara. We're coming for you, son. James Robinson, I'm ordering you a grill, my guy. Okay, so we're gonna get James Fugu Robinson on my team. It's it's certainly it feels a little uneasy every week throwing him into a lineup. You're like, when's this just gonna crash and burn? When am I gonna get this poison and eat it and die? Right? But no, James Robinson, Fugu Robinson, let's get it.
That's a pretty outstanding draft. Well done. What were you about to say, Mitch?
Oh, I was gonna say that. I was just laughing that old King Mode over there just bailed out on us already.
What's crazy is I've done every single thing that we listed except for the fugu. And I make sushi. I can make sushi. I can do rolls. I do sashimi. But yeah, I've never had the opportunity to mess with some fugu, man. I don't know if I want to fugu with it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Very good.
Yeah.
Fugu around and kill somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
right.
Although
those are other problems
there's fun food out there where you can play around and actually hurt people temporarily.
And won't die.
Yeah. There's this one called it's a green. It's called stinging nettles. Now, stinging nettles, it's similar to almost like a rob or a rapini, like a green leafy green. Put it like that. That you have to clean very carefully, otherwise it stings the shit out of you. So when I was training in my younger year, we would have stinging nettle fights in the kitchen. We'd have rubber gloves on, and you would take the big branches of stinging nettles and actually swat the other cook just to see his reaction. And the initial reaction is fine. And then your arm starts burning and boils start to come up like poison ivy. They go away about a couple hours later, but it's so much fun. Food is fun. Fun with
so
food.
much fun. Oh
Happy
my
Tuesday.
God.
Happy Tuesday.
Man. What the-
Getting food over here.
We're 22 minutes into this thing, man. We're what were those called? What are they called? The
Stinging nettles.
stinging nettles. All right.
Yeah.
I feel like you're just pronouncing needles wrong. Totally kidding. I know nothing. So you're 100% correct, and I am wrong. But we're live, man. It's Tuesday. It's 9:30 Eastern ish. Heavy on that ish, but man, are we heavy on that ish tonight, J Mike? We're in it, dude. We already hit up a draft one of the night. We're gonna do like 3 more by the end of the night, probably. Who knows? I don't know. Beers are happening. Cocktails are happening. Hot chocolate is happening. Marshmallows, of course. Come on, man. Come on.
Can't forget the marshmallows.
Team Marshmallow.
Look, Team Marshmallow. Big facts. We had a pretty good introduction set just now. Do we have to get to that? Should we get to that real quick?
I think it's only fair.
Yeah.
What was it last week where we went through and didn't have introductions
We
at all
did
until
not
the
have
outros?
Yep.
Yeah, let's
Love those
let's
shows.
rectify that. Because we're well on our way with that right now. We don't stop now.
Let the open bar cook, J Mike.
Hey, you know what? You're right. Fugu away, my guy. Fugu away.
All right. Let's do it. Intros then. The chef. We trust him with fugu. I do, at least. I don't know about you, but I know what you do, my guy.
Fugu
come on.
is that true, and I do what I do.
Hey. Chef, dude, we've I won't say it publicly, but we've seen you in a certain place in a certain area supporting the show, and you finally made it.
Climbed out of that so-called area.
The Dark Knight Rises, right?
Yeah, that's
The
right.
Dark Knight Rises.
Out of the fugu comes the chef.
Out of the fugu comes the chef. I love that shit, dude. So, nice to meet you here on the open bar in person, whatever way, shape, or form this is, and welcome to the show. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, and thanks for having me, guys. It's been almost a dream to come on this show and be with you guys and just kick it. You guys are part of the reason why I started Fantasy Analyst, being like looking at the stats and grinding and because you guys made it so entertaining. Hanging out in the chat and talking to guys, it opened up a whole new door for me. Like you guys, like we were talking about, I'm a personal chef by trade. But I'm calling it 2020. I don't like to use the C word anymore. You know, the 2020 really fugued me, and I lost my business. So what's the next best thing when you're living off of Uncle Sam, but to do what you love, and that's fantasy football.
Cheers to that.
So, you know, I reached out, and you know, this, and I'll cheers this up to J Mike and make my story real short. J Mike, we've talked on personal levels, and J Mike does a diary of sorts on tape, almost like books on tape, but it's J Mike on pod. And I listened to one of his episodes one night, man, and I was feeling down. I didn't know what to do, and something in his voice inspired me to strive to be better. I've dealt with a lot of crap, a lot of fugu in 2020, and I'm sure we all have. We all get a fugu pass for 2020. But J Mike, man, you helped me out on a personal level to give me some confidence in myself. And I said, you know what, man? A buddy of mine, and shout out to my boy Juan Carlos Pena. He's the co-host on the Tilt is Real Fantasy Football podcast that we started. I said, you know what, man? Let's go for this. I went out, got some equipment, and apparently I got some great equipment. Like I don't know, like you're not supposed to start with good equipment, but I said, you know, screw it. You only YOLO, fugu, same thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I'm here. I'm trailing in the fumes of Mr. T King Mode himself. We started as writers together for DHH. Shout out to Tyler and Doug. Thank you. Thanks, guys, for helping me out. Doug, out there at DHH. I appreciate all you guys giving me a shot. And now I'm chilling with the people at Ball Blast. I'm doing things for FF Intervention. Join our circle, and things are starting to grow, man. And it's just great helping people out, and that is the main thing that I keep. What J Mike said to me: if you can reach one person like he reached me, you're doing your job for fantasy, and that's why I'm doing it. I'm not doing it here to make a buck. Uncle Sam pays me pretty well. Thank you, Uncle Sam, for the 2020 funds. And yeah, man, that's it. Happy to be here, guys.
J Mike. All right, now everyone else say really nice things.
No.
You have to follow that up and say more nice things. Chef, so happy to finally have you. Honestly, I feel like it's just been way too long of a time coming. knew it would happen, but just happy to have you, brother. So
Happy to
let's
be here.
get it. T King Mode, Mr. Yahoo, Mr. Yoo-hoo. Yoo-hoo.
You in that true.
You in a doo-doo in a Troy, my man. How are you doing tonight? The only vet to come on to the open bar. So brave.
Man, I'm doing fantastic, guys. I mean, you know, it's always a pleasure, you know, us here. Man, it was probably a couple months ago now. I don't know. I lost count, man. But it was been awesome experience the first time. I'm so happy to be back now. In terms of what I'm going on, yes, Chef and I, you know, we used to be writers at Dynasty Happy Hour. Now we're actually, he followed me. No, I'm just playing. I also write at Ball Blast. And unfortunately, you had to invite Mitch because he's one of my co-hosts for Fantasy Football Confidential. We air on Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Wednesday. We stream to YouTube and Periscope. Check us out. But, you know, I mean, things are going great. I mean, you mentioned the Yahoo thing, and that was awesome. You know, I appreciate everyone, you know, checking that out, and everyone who's been supporting me from the beginning. I feel like it's been a roller coaster ride. You know, I remember I always say like in like March, April, I had like 250 followers. Man, I didn't have anybody. But then, you know, I just hustled and grinded, and I just networked. And shout out to Scott Fish, man. I feel like me being part of the SFBX satellite, that really opened doors for me, man, in terms of networking with people. And all I did was I just hustled. You know, I networked with people. I started writing. And shout out to Tyler again, bringing me on to DHH, because that was really the start of me writing, getting into fantasy. And then, shout out to Mitch and John Bauer for, there was their idea to start Fantasy Football Confidential, and shout out to Linda G as well. So, I mean, I've just had so much support from so many people since the beginning, and that's why I'm kind of doing what I'm doing. And, this sky's the limit, man. And, you guys, I feel like, it was on this pod where Timeline Troy was coined. The last pod I was on. Y'all started that Timeline Troy. And, I haven't really used it as much, but it's kind of true. Just like y'all said, I'm always on Twitter, man, because I'm trying to make something of this, man. It'd be awesome. My day job, my day job, but fantasy football has become a passion of mine. So if I could make a career out of this one day, I would love to. But I just thank everybody who's been rocking with me from the beginning. So appreciate y'all.
You got some goddamn legends here tonight, J Mike. Can't even. Can we hold it? Should this be our last show ever?
King so big.
I know. I feel like this is the peak, bro. All right. Nimble, you're up next, man.
Oh man, these are some hard acts to follow. I mean, wow. It started me thinking about when I was backpacking through Europe. I used to be an international plus size male calf model back in the day.
Oh no. You brought out the calves.
There's a lot of mountains in Switzerland, man.
Yeah,
the calves cook, man. Let your calves cook.
I got a shirt that says no gondolas. Like you got to walk up those mountains. You don't, and so that's where I made my bones. And then I've been up at the peaks, but then I've been down living in a van by the river. So it comes and goes. It's not always great, but I'm rebounded. I got a family. I'm living large right now. I'm getting to write for myself. I think that's the best part of what I'm doing is that, one of these days I'm going to be jumping on and being affiliated with somebody, I'm sure. But right now I just went at it the old, I'm going to go into the woods and build this tree house myself. And so last year I was a fan and I had, 400 followers or whatever. And I just started one night in October. I stayed up all night and I started a website. My wife said, "What the hell are you doing?" And I said, "I'm writing DFS. I'm writing fantasy football. I love it. This is what I want to do." And she said, "You're having your midlife crisis." And I said, "Well, it's only cost you $111 this year." So, but fast forward a year later, it's thousands of dollars. I got the laptop. I got the basement redone. I got the big screen. Things are changing. And my wife wants the bill. It's not coming. I'm not paying her back ever. So, I'm here to stay. I'm here to meet and greet and get to know all you guys too. I'm excited to meet, FF Chef. I followed, Gabe and J Mike for a long time, but getting to meet you guys in person is awesome. And I'm sure I've mixed up with Mitch as well. And, Troy, man, I knew Troy when he had like 3 followers, and then like 7,000 followers later, a couple weeks ago. And then, he's just Troy, here's the thing. One day I'm going to tell my family that I was on a podcast with you and they're going to be like, liar. I'm going to go, nope. I screen grabbed some pictures. Look at these.
That's right.
Yeah. I'm super excited.
The open bar. That's right. The birthing of champions.
That's how it happens.
That's how it happens. This is what we do, J Mike. Come on, man. Birthing grounds. That's what we do. Mitch, I said that we were gonna. I hit your DMs. I said we're gonna collect the Infinity Stones. All right. Bauer is not safe. He thinks that he has control of you, and of Troy and Linda. All right. And Dan, the other
Dan. Yep.
Dan. No, the open bar. All right, Dan, we're coming for you next. All right, John, take notes. Bauer's good people. We had him on the show too. But Mitch, what's up, man?
What's
nice to meet
going on?
you. Welcome to the show. What's good?
Thank you. I appreciate it. So, like Troy already said, I'm on FFC with him, Fantasy Football Confidential. I'm on Dynasty Theory at the Bauer Club and Dan, FF Coach Dan. But I want to hit on something that James said, and it's true. Like you hear people on podcasts and you're like, man, that sounds like fun. I should really do it. Honestly, go out and get a mic and get a podcast. It is really fun. And the best part about it is, I will say 95% of people in this community are hugely accepting. They will bend over just to help you set anything up. They will help you with websites. They will help you with anything. All you have to do is ask, and everyone's more than willing to help. There's the 5%, who don't, but we don't really talk about them or associate with them too much. But everyone else is really cool. So, throughout the week, you'll get on Twitter and you just see the firestorm that it is. But then you hop on a podcast and you're like, all right, let's go. And everything just goes away for that hour. Like, it's amazing how much fun it is just to talk about fantasy football for 30 minutes a night.
Agreed. I can't disagree with that one bit, man.
30 minutes.
30 minutes turns into 2 hours real fast. But,
We always
that's
try
about
to
the
keep
only
it at
thing I would
30
change.
minutes. It never only goes 30 minutes.
See, I was trying to sneak in that pause there, but now I'm just disrespectful. I gotta be silent. I gotta embrace the so-called chat and get my gripes off in there. All right. Man, look at that. Now we're 36 minutes in. I'm just gonna keep shouting out like timelines on the podcast now of now we're gonna go into this on the open bar. All right. So J Mike, what do you got? You got a Jeopardy for us? You got a game show for us? I've been thinking about bringing a game to the open bar. What do you think about that? I'm not ready for tonight. I could, like, if I hung out on the side and y'all like did a conversation, I could kind of do it in the background, research about Fugu and stuff. But, I mean, what do you think? Just bringing, we're talking game here, talking about brand. All right.
I like where your head's at. I love the fact that you are wanting to contribute your creative juices for content that doesn't involve you wearing Daisy Dukes or a bare midriff. So
I'm pretty basic.
I mean, pinkies up in the baby pool. I don't know if that's basic or not, but just saying. But yeah, I'm here for whenever you are going to create that. I'm excited to unveil that, and I think this group is just a great way for us to end Shocktober. So, what I really wanted to do is, as I told these guys, I said I'm not bringing up any topics tonight. I wanted to know what they wanted to talk about, and I want to know what the chat wants to talk about. So, if you're listening to this in podcast form, you're missing out on the fun that is the live show, 9:30 p.m. Eastern-ish. YouTube, Periscope, find us there. And obviously you're listening in podcast form, so we appreciate you. But if you have a question, I can't mind meld with you and fast forward to randomly Wednesday on your way home from work when you're checking us out. I don't know what you're about to ask. So maybe what we'll talk about is what you want to hear, but we'll see. But yeah, I want to know what y'all are talking about. Gabe, you said you wanted to talk about Michael Thomas. Again, maybe it's too popular, maybe it's not. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Can we talk Michael Thomas? Is that okay?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. I'll talk beignets all night.
Awesome. Why does Michael Thomas suck so bad?
Yeah.
Because the fryer oil is bad. That's it. Simple.
Oh.
They need to change the fryer oil in New Orleans.
Okay.
His beignets, we equated him to those beignets with those chocolate peanut butter little niblets that you mentioned, which are delicious, by the way. Little Buckeyes. I'm sorry, where I come from, they're called peanut butter cups. But those little Buckeyes. Sorry, I'm not from the South. But yeah, it's simple, man. Like, what's going on? And they take Michael Thomas and put him on this pedestal. Yes, he was the best last year. But there was so much recency bias that they forgot to change the fryer oil in New Orleans. They forgot to add ample pieces to go along with Michael Thomas. They added Emmanuel Sanders. He's old as well. He didn't fill that void. On one game he was good, and that was it? And the defense, as soon as Michael Thomas was off the field, all the attention went on to Alvin Kamara. And yeah, hats off to Alvin Kamara. I can't talk bad about Alvin Kamara at all. He is something else. He is next. He is gen next, or next gen. Sorry, but yeah, Michael Thomas, man. I have a feeling if you don't get rid of him sooner than later, you may be dealing with this problem more so down the road, especially with Drew Brees aging out.
So here's my problem with like wanting to trade Michael Thomas, because I think everybody would like to move off of Michael Thomas. So I'm in a little bit over 40 dynasty leagues, right? I haven't seen him moved once this year in any league. I think he is the hardest asset to try to trade right now because everyone's value is super high. They have him at least wide receiver 1, maybe wide receiver 3 at the lowest. And no one's willing to pay that price right now because you could get that same production out of Calvin Ridley, and he's wide receiver 10 on some people's lists.
So I'll chime in. You're like, man, JR beat me to it. I was gonna call him Slant Boy and ruin my joke. So, man, JR always got to ruin shit. But no, but I'm not. But how I feel about Michael Thomas, man. I mean, this year's been obviously frustrating. You know, he's been injured, and then the one game he was healthy, he punched his teammate. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, seriously, when you were finally healthy, and then he has a hamstring injury. Like, my gosh, like at least for 2020, like I don't have any shares of Michael Thomas, thankfully, at least for 2020. But I'm like, I'm not looking to acquire him because I don't have any shares. It's because, again, this is the last year Drew Brees. I guess Jameis is going to be the QB. I mean, they've been talking about Taysom Hill. I don't know if that's a thing. You know, everyone, who knows? The Saints believe it's going to be Taysom Hill, but most likely it's going to be Jameis. I think he'll be fine if Jameis is the quarterback. I'm just not excited about Michael Thomas. I feel like he's a great receiver, but at the end, I'm just kind of not interested. There's plenty of other assets I'd rather try to trade for than Michael Thomas. If I'm going to get him for a discount, but the problem is that no one in my dynasty league, like Mitch is saying, is going to be trading him at a discount. They're still value him as like wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2. I don't want to pay that price. No, thank you. I'll go and get somebody else. So that's how I feel about it. And y'all see my new name? Since we got another chef, I gotta be.
Whoa.
Oh my God.
We need 2 chefs.
Are you serious?
Chef
Troy RD.
Chef Troy RD?
Yo, I use a crock pot
now
too.
you're in my fumes, man.
Yeah. I use a
I'm gonna
crock
rock
pot.
it right past you. You're losing at least 20 followers the next 30 seconds.
Nah, I use a crock pot and I use Pinterest. I use
creamy
both.
mac and cheese out of the crock pot from Chef Troy RD.
I use
Come
both.
make this mac and cheese, Le'Veon.
Baked mac
That's
and
some
cheese.
fugu shit, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I put my recipes are all fugu, you know.
Chef
That's the secret recipe.
Chef Troll RD. I love it.
Yeah. Troll RD.
I
Troll RD.
Troll RD sounds great.
So I do want to lean into this Michael Thomas thing for a second. And let me be on the other side of the coin because I feel like the conversation kind of went south on MT real fast, right?
Yeah.
So Michael Thomas has done nothing but be incredibly productive in his time in Dynasty. Last year, 2019, season for the ages. Breaks records, crushes it, wins you fantasy championships if he's on your team. I see you, Scott. Crushes it if he's on your team, and he is everyone's, without a doubt, at this point, wide receiver 1. If we look up 3 months ago, right? 3 months ago, consensus, Michael Thomas was the guy. Not Gabe and I's favorite, but that's okay. You know, not a huge deal. Here we are, 3 months later. 3 months later, he hurts him. He gets hurt. He punches a teammate. He's been popping off on Twitter left and right, doing his thing. Rumors of trades and everything else. Why in the world would I be so quick to want to move on from what is the wide receiver 1 in many eyes? And he's literally now just entering what are the prime years of wide receiver production. Now, I asked that hypothetically, because I want to get to this. If you're in a super flex league, and we'll play a quick game of 1-word answers.
Oh no.
Super flex league. Yes, here it is, Gabe. 1-word answer. Super flex league. Let's call it 12 teams just for the sake of simplicity. Would you rather have Dak or would you rather have MT? Chef.
What? Dak or MT?
That was the one answer. He's done.
Fair. What?
Yeah. I mean, I can go with that. Or I can just say Fugu.
Circle gets the square.
Fugu.
Yeah. One-word answers are never really one-word answers on this show, and I come from that place, that so-called place that Gabe loves and appreciates so much. Dak or MT Superflex?
Yep.
It's
12-10.
Dak. It's Dak.
TK.
Dak, not even Dak.
Yeah, it's really definitely 100%. Unless crazy scenario, Dak doesn't get re-signed because the Cowboys suck so much. They suck for Lawrence. They get Lawrence. They don't re-sign Dak. Dak goes, guess where? New Orleans. Michael Thomas value skyrockets. That's it.
Damn it! You took my one-word answer, man.
I'm sorry. I was gonna go like this, and then you're like, I gotta talk too. So then I followed your lead.
Great, man.
The value's definitely on the Dak side. I mean, it's just Dak.
Okay. Gabe.
I'm surprised that it was so easily Dak. I mean, Michael Thomas is hopefully playing this year. And Dak's not anymore, unfortunately. But yeah, I don't know. I probably still say Michael Thomas, honestly, personally.
Okay. Let's do another choose your side here, and shout out to Taylor. What up, Taylor Cornell? Also of DHH fame. He said he moved MT for Swift, Debo in the early second. Which side do you want, MT or DeAndre Swift, Debo Samuel, early 21 second? Which side do you want?
Swift.
Swift. Okay.
Swift side.
Everybody's shaking their head in unison there.
Yeah, Swift smash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm getting weirded out by
I'm
this now
telling
because
you.
yeah, what just happened? I mean, I know we haven't played much football on the Michael Thomas side of things, but wow, where we wait, what? So Swift has had like two great or like one really good game. Yeah, we know. And then Debo, sure, the rookie season, and then meh this year because injury and just meh in general. And then a second, what was it? A second, right?
Early second.
Early second.
That's
MT,
All right.
I'll do that all day. For me, I'm like, yo, you guys, especially the Swift sides what really tips it over. I mean, again, like obviously he's starting to look good this year, but in Dynasty, like, okay, next year he's gonna command more of the backfield. There's not gonna be an AP that's gonna be annoying and in his way. Like, come on, guys. And again, Drew Brees isn't gonna be there next year. Michael Thomas is still going to produce, but I don't know if he's going to produce like historic numbers like he's been doing. So, yes, Taylor got a steal. I would have traded him exactly for that, man. Hell yeah. There's no question about it.
I think and what I'm saying is, and I don't think that y'all are wrong in terms of speculation. I'm just talking about the present day that we're because of not playing for 6 weeks and him having temper tantrums forever. He's always had them. That now we're just kind of throwing him under the bus for the most part, it seems, because I don't think that trade would happen in week 1, right? Is that right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much based off of Michael Thomas not playing the last 6 weeks. Like, because Swift hasn't really like whoa, and Debo certainly hasn't whoa'd. He may have even lost value, honestly, with Ayuk balling a little bit and the 49ers just not being incredible in passing, which we should have already known. But I don't know. That surprises me a little bit. But I get it in terms of speculation, just because I think there are, with the Swift and the Debo pieces particularly, there's certainly some upside within that. Mostly the Swift thing.
I think you have to look at it as a value standpoint and what you can get for those other players as well. I mean, Swift going for a first, maybe plus right now. Am I wrong, Mitch? You'd probably know better than I would. And Debo still has value for years to come. Michael Thomas, what are you getting for him right now? No one's giving you 2 firsts for Michael Thomas right now. And then you get that early second on top of it. That's where I would lean with the trade, because you may get more down the road for those extra players. And Michael Thomas, you don't know what you're going to get. Like I said, with the new quarterback, he could very well be a fade come 2021. You just don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I just real quick want to take a trip in the Wayback Machine just for a moment, because I'm loving this conversation, and I think that this is a microcosm or micro conversation that's being had on all of Dynasty Twitter right now regarding the value of MT. So I want to take a step back for a second, just because when you look back at what he's done, I just don't think that we've ever been this quick to slide as dominant a force in fantasy to the side to some degree as we're somewhat willing to right now with MT. So just real quick on the way back, 2019, Michael Thomas is the wide receiver 1, and this is in PPR leagues. PPR leagues, the man put up 374.6 points. The next closest was our dear Chris Godwin at 276.1 points. So literally, he lapped the wide receiver 2 in 2019 by damn near 100 points.
If you're going to tell me that MT's going to be putting those numbers up for the next 3-4 years, I wouldn't do that trade. But my point is, he ain't going to put up those numbers, obviously, this year. And he's not going to put up those numbers going forward, because guess what? There's not going to be another Drew Brees. I don't care if it's going to be Jameis. I don't care if it's going to be Taysom Hill. We're talking about dynasty here. So for me, I'm like, look, MT's great. He's great at what he does, but he's not historic numbers. If I can get a young running back, a young starting running back for a franchise that's going to be for a while, Debo, he's a young receiver. If he's healthy, he's going to be very involved in that offense. And the early 2021 second, I don't know what that's going to be, but at the same time, I'm like, I'm getting 3 assets for Michael Thomas. Again, he's great, but for me, I'm a running back guy. So if I could get a young running back who I know is a stud and is going to be a stud going forward with those extra pieces, I say, why not? Again, if Drew Brees was going to be Drew Brees and Michael Thomas was going to be putting up those numbers like he was last year, then I wouldn't do that trade. But my argument is that I highly, highly doubt he's going to be putting up those numbers 2-3 years from now. So,
yep. And that's fair. And just as, again, because I playing devil's advocate right now is just a lot of fun. I'm enjoying it. So to counter that, and shout out to the homie Trader Joe who said this. And I know he said it earlier. A lot of what he did last year was with Bridgewater, right? So I'm with you, Troy, in that obviously if Breeze moves on, you have some trepidation about who's the quarterback. But even in 2018, Michael Thomas was still wide receiver 6. And I just find, because again, Michael Thomas just somewhat annoys me from just a social aspect of it, which skews how I view him through fantasy. So I'll just be straight up there. But I just find, and I think this is more of a psychology. We got to at some point get the guys from the Psychology Help podcast on my boy Dogleg Brewer, and be able to talk through, like, when we're looking at these elite of elite assets, because I don't know that people are taking that same trade for Christian McCaffrey. I don't know that people are taking the same trade for Saquon. Right? Would that be fair?
I'm not doing that for CMC. Nah.
Right.
But that's right. Like, I completely agree with you there, because that's always been my issue in Dynasty, is paying that top price for that wide receiver 1. You're getting Michael Thomas at 106, 107 last year. And at that same price, you could have got Dalvin Cook, Zeke in some leagues. You could get Dak and other players like that. And that is my biggest issue, is like, I just don't have Michael Thomas on a lot of teams, because I think I could find that same value. Michael Thomas had a great 2019 season. We're not, if he does it in future years, awesome, but we probably won't see that repeated. So getting another wide receiver 1, like Devontae Adams this year, you got him at the 2nd to 3rd round turn. this year in Dynasty. And so I would rather just get those guys than get Michael Thomas in the first place. And so that's why I'm always like, yeah, go ahead and trade Michael Thomas, because I'm always afraid that he's not going to be able to replicate that 2019 year again. Even though he's the wide receiver one, best wide receiver in football. But on my Dynasty teams, I'm okay passing that off to someone else and getting value elsewhere.
And I agree with you, but I think that, and maybe to piggyback on Joe's point of doing it with Teddy Bridgewater, whoever water, is he's still being elite. He stays water, right? But he, but for real, I mean, Hopkins, I mean, I don't know if this is outlier example, but Hopkins is elite because he is elite. It's not Kyler. It's not Watson, because we've already seen what happened before that. That's where he became elite. So where do we trust Michael Thomas? And is it because of Breeze? Because we've already seen an example where it wasn't necessarily Breeze. Even this year, I think might be a good indicator of, is it Breeze? Because Breeze isn't necessarily like elite anymore. And maybe it wasn't even that elite last year. Maybe there was some sort of fall off, transcending into this year. Maybe it was Michael Thomas that made, Drew Brees more elite. I don't know. I'm just speculating at this point, but I think there's a conversation of like, where is this elite level for Michael Thomas, and can it be considered the Hopkins level? Because I understand that there is typically a tandem between elite wide receiver and elite quarterback, and that's kind of just what makes them good automatically, right? And it's smash, right? But it's hard to assess that outside kind of prospect in Hopkins, but because we haven't seen it much. But I think it's certainly not something to discredit. But to your point, Mitch, total sell high. But I don't know if it's yeah, we're not expecting the wide receiver one, a perennial wide receiver one. No, but we are expecting a perennial top 12, wide receiver one. And that is fine to pay for, really. I mean, it's top price if you're trading for one, and if the price is right, I guess. Because like now, like the trades that y'all are saying, like, yeah, I'm kind of with it as far as going to get Michael Thomas, because you are getting that. Yeah, I mean, you probably have to add like a first on top of Yell's trade at the beginning of this season to get to get level. So I don't know.
And that's the fun thing too to think through is like right now, because I'm a huge fan of taking a step back at some point throughout the week and multiple times throughout the season, and to assess what the heck the landscape looks like, because it changes from week to week, and it definitely looks a lot different than it did prior to the season. Mm-hmm. So in these examples of these trades, and this is this is part of the shifting mindset, I think, of the dynasty culture. We're looking at, and I'm just using general, so rock with me here for a moment. We're looking at, specifically in that Debo trade, we're looking at Debo, wide receiver 2-3, not necessarily a wide receiver 1. Fair? Is that fair?
I say 2,
right?
But
okay, yeah. Sure. Yeah, and I'm not going to haggle with you. I'm not going to haggle with you. We'll say 2. Troy's like, no, you going to give me my 2, bro.
He said 2.
He's
trolling you.
All right,
Chef's trolling you.
Yeah.
Troll ID. So wide receiver 2, DeAndre Swift, RB2.
Mm-hmm. Right, for now, yeah, RB2.
Right, with the upside of possibly becoming a 1, depending upon what happens in Detroit and if he gets to work, and right, ifs and ifs. I'm with you. And then a second, and just on paper alone, when we look at it, we're like, bro, that's not it for like the creme de la creme wide receiver traditionally, right? Mm-hmm. But in this ever-changing landscape that we're looking at, and values changing and people souring and having questions about what it is, I find the conversation to be fascinating to track and to walk through and to see the perspectives behind it, because I think that there's an edge to be made. And if you are willing to move someone like Michael Thomas, you do have to end up being okay with him going berserk for whoever you trade him to, right? And you also have to take on the risk of, man, did I even when I thought I was selling at a decent point, do I have seller's remorse now because I didn't get what I had really hoped? And I just find the psychology behind it fascinating.
That's with every. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
For one thing, I think it really depends on where you're at in your league during the course of this year. I mean, if you're balling out and you have an asset on the side and you can pick up a few pieces that you know are going to keep you running strong this year, do it. If you're in rebuild mode, hold. You don't need to lose that asset. That's a real prime time asset. So I think it really does depend on the situation you're in as a dynasty owner, and do you need to win right now? And is your window the next couple of years, or can you wait a little bit?
Yeah, I'll piggyback off that. It all depends on what position you're in. Like Scott said, I mean, if you're going for it all, and you need those pieces, if you need Swift and Debo to win you that championship, and you get a second on top of it, and you might be able to finagle that second into a late first from somebody else. I try to get as much as I can for Michael Thomas. I'm not just going to give him away. But yeah, I could see both sides of it. I could definitely see both sides of it.
I find it interesting. I did that Dak trade, by the way. So shout out to me. Thank you guys for validating me as
well. My dog.
Can I tell y'all a Michael Thomas trade that I made in June for Michael Thomas?
Sure.
Let's hear it.
Oh, never mind.
Nah, it
was that good, huh?
No, you better
was
say
it
no.
better than Swift Debo in a second?
This is probably the best dynasty team I have ever had. And yeah, and then I acquired Michael Thomas. So it was Michael Thomas and Evan Ingram, and this is just I guess a 14 team. There's no super flex and no tight end premium or anything. So, but it's Michael Thomas and Evan Ingram for Derrick Henry, Tyler Lockett, and the 108. Remember, this was in June, and that 108 became J. Mike's boy.
Double J's.
Jefferson.
Double J's.
So recap: Michael Thomas, Evan Ingram for Derrick Henry, Tyler Lockett, and what became Justin Jefferson.
I like the Henry side. I like the Henry side.
Right?
At the time, though, that was a great trade. Like, at the time, you're like, I'm getting Michael Thomas for this?
And Evan Ingram, like, as like a kicker, like just a cool.
Yeah.
No.
At the time, I get
Oof, it hurts.
Loving it.
Hurts now.
Loving it, right?
I can't even, like, I was actually just, when we started talking Michael Thomas, J. Mike, I went and clicked the league to go and see what that trade was because I kind of forgot. I didn't even know that I had Tyler Lockett on my team. Like, I knew that Derrick Henry was like the centerpiece because he was kind of the most valuable, of those players. And man, it would be pretty fun to have Tyler Lockett on my team right now.
Without question.
I'd be kicking myself for that one, man.
That
It
50
doesn't
burger.
feel great.
Doesn't feel.
You don't get a
great.
personal chef this season. You're not getting a personal chef this season.
No, I got mad fugu on that.
We had some random questions and such that came through the chat. Again, shout out to everybody in the chat. So I'll pick your all's brain with some of these random one-offs. Someone said Higgins or Claypool. I can't get both. If you're targeting either one, who you choosing? One word answer.
Higgins.
I'm gonna go Higgins as well.
Higgins.
Okay.
Everyone keeps saying Higgins, and so I don't know what the other half is though because I wasn't listening. So Higgins or what?
Claypool.
What? Oh my goodness. Are we here again with these freaking Steelers
saying.
wide receivers?
People are excited. People are
I
excited.
know that they really are. I would still go Higgins. I don't think
Okay.
there's anything wrong with what Higgins has done.
All right. Our homie from Maine, AB, Dynasty 1 QB PPR.
One of our homies from Maine.
Yeah, one of many homies from Maine.
Yeah, we have a lot of homies from Maine.
A lot of Maine homies, and I've never been to Maine, which is weird.
At the bar.
Gotta rectify that. 2020 was supposed to be the year, by the way. 2020 was supposed to be the year where I hit Maine. 2020 was supposed to be the year I hit Austin for the entrance of Rook.
You were going to be there in the room, you said.
Bro,
Behind
like
that yellow
live
sheet, yeah.
streaming,
Yeah.
live streaming as your wife gives
Live
birth
streaming.
to your
We had a
firstborn
show.
son.
We had a show planned.
Like, would you guys get a load of this? Check this out. Rook Gearing entering the world. Yeah. Zeke for Mixon and Godwin. Which side you want?
That's tougher than I thought it would be.
I want to match Mixon and Godwin. With Godwin hurt though, and Mixon hurt at the same time. But I mean, Zeke can't hold on to the football. Every time he touches it, it might touch somebody else's hands too, and then that's on the other team. So that's
But
not
it's dynasty though. So we got.
Oh,
It's Mixon and Godwin for me. My biggest worry with Zeke this year is he gets some fluky ankle injury week 10 and they just shut him down. So they already traded Everson Griffin today. We could just see them start trading off people in the next week before the trade deadline. And then as soon as Zeke has a minor bump, they're like, okay, you're done for the year.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I'm on the Mixon Godwin side as well. Anytime you can get two good players for one great player, I'm down with that. And Godwin isn't done ascending yet. He's got years to go. He is going to be the focal point in that receiving core. You see Mike Evans, already trade rumors looming around Mike Evans with Antonio Brown coming around. And even with Antonio Brown on the field, Godwin is going to be the focal point for Tom Brady throwing the ball. And I don't care if he did that with a broken finger and still played the rest of the game, forget about it. It's good. And then Mixon just signed his contract. He's going to be there with Burrow, growing with Burrow, and we saw what he can do when he's healthy. So yeah, I take it. I take the Mixon and Godwin side.
I'll reluctantly take it. I love Zeke. But I'm like, I'll reluctantly go the Mixon and Godwin side. It hurts me, but I'll go with it.
You don't have to, Troy. You could speak against me for once. You've been following in my fumes this whole show. Chef.
Get out of here, man. Chef Troy RD in the building. What's up, y'all?
Troll RD.
There was one more one-off I wanted to hit.
I love you, Troy.
Lost it.
My dude, Chef.
I lost it.
I got
What
one
if we
that I
move a
just
bag?
received in a
Let's hear it.
redraft league. Can we do that?
All right.
A redraft league?
Cool. Hit
It's
it.
a 16-team standard league.
Ew.
All right.
Old
I know.
school, bring it
Look,
back.
I am just a I am not a commissioner. I just commit. And I have for a long time, and just a homie. And I try to propose rules, and it never happens. But anyway, neither here nor there. You start a quarterback, 2 running backs, 3 wide receivers, or a tight end, and then a defense kicker, whatever. And the bench is like super light. It's like three on the bench. It's horrible. It's very difficult. I know. No, look, this is
That's old school. You guys
I
use
know.
newspapers for your
exactly. We
rankings
do.
as well?
Yeah. I actually have to cut off the show early tonight because I have to go still get results in. People are waiting for me. So it is Ben Roethlisberger and Devontae Adams. Did I mention this is a standard league? I did, right?
You did.
Okay.
Why?
16 team stand. I know. Look, and there's like bonuses for like 40+ yard touchdowns, and like bonuses for like 100-yard receiving games, and like 300-yard passing games, and like all that crap. Whatever. So anyway, Ben Roethlisberger and it's standard. Yeah, I know. Okay, so Devontae Adams and Ben Roethlisberger for Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Lair, and Deontay Johnson and Jared Goff.
I think this. Wait, so it's Ben Roethlisberger and Adams for CH, Deontay Johnson, and who else?
And Goff
Goff.
to
Goff.
replace the QB.
Yeah,
Is it
Goff.
It's a dynasty or is it a redraft?
It's redraft, yeah.
Redraft.
one QB? One QB,
Yep,
right?
yep, yeah. 16
The Goff
teams.
side. The Goff
Yeah,
side.
yeah, Goff side.
Yeah.
I think
Easily
so
for me.
too.
Yeah.
I think so too, pretty easily. I was kind of surprised that it came in. I was like, am I missing something? I mean, I like Devontae Adams is absolutely incredible, but like running backs are actually kind of hard to come by in a league like this. So
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Deontay Johnson has been awesome. Every game, he's been healthy throughout the whole game. He's been amazing throughout the year.
Yeah.
I mean,
You know that, man.
not Devontae Adams amazing, but Deontay Johnson amazing.
He keeps getting targets. Like Ben only looks for him. He's always the number one, no matter if he's coming off an injury or whatever. Deontay Johnson is always Ben's number one, so it's always interesting.
yeah.
You talk about values changing greatly from the beginning of the season to now. Like,
What is happening?
Nibbles,
No.
that's
What
a nibble
is
smoke
that?
I'll make
alarm.
sure no
It's-
one was cooking in my kitchen.
What
What's
it-
going on over there?
I
man?
know.
Got a smoke alarm
Well,
going on?
How does
Nibbles
it,
smoke
there's no way that it gets that warm down there. It's 60
My
degrees
heartbeat
down
just
there.
skipped a couple beats.
His
I'm like, I
kitchen
thought my
might be
wife
burning.
was on fire or something.
That
Yeah.
slow cooker's done.
It's over boiling.
It's his crock pot.
The
You gotta
C8
save
is
him.
done.
yo,
The turkey sloppy joes are boiling over.
It legit sounded like there was like a moving truck that was just about to drop some stuff off in whatever room he's in. It was
All we see is flames going around his screen. Oh, he's back.
don't die, Scott.
Oh,
Don't die.
Stuff in the beard.
You got something
You
in
got
your
something in
beard,
the
bro.
Oh,
You got
yes.
something in the beard.
You got some
some
voodoo hanging there.
pH in the beard. There it is.
Y'all
You're
are
good.
way
You're
too
clean.
kind.
Dude, my popcorn set off my
Popcorn in the beard. I like it.
no, it set off the
Speaking-
fucking smoke alarm. It started fucking. I had to run over there and jump up like a fat guy and grab it off the ceiling and throw it in the toilet. You know what I mean?
Speaking of food, Scott, we need to have a conversation.
Yes, sir.
So you post, what you're eating often on Twitter,
Yes.
and there's a particular meal that I'm always astounded by. For one, that you're making it, and two, that you're always making it. Like it is always showing up on Twitter. What do you know what I'm referencing? Because I can't say what it is because I don't know what it is.
Is it like my super quesadillas or is it my open face?
It sounds like the quesadilla thing. I think it looks like a quesadilla with like. Explain
Yeah. So,
and compare it to an NFL football player if you could, please.
oh man, I can compare it to a team.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah. And so I'm just not somebody who likes to eat right away when you wake up. I'm not hungry right away. I need a little bit of time. My whole life, I've been having to get up, eat real quick, and go to work, which just kind of sucks. So I have a break in the summer. I can cook, and then also, during my day, I can kind of eat around like 9:30, 10, which is good for me. So oftentimes, I will cook up sausage from Trader Joe's. I get the mild Italian sausage. I cut them up into little slices, pan fry those. At the same time, I'm cooking up cheese, maybe 4 or 5 cheese blend, quesadilla with a tortilla over on one side. Throw the sausages in, cook up my eggs. I might have onions, peppers, whatever it is I want to throw on top of that. More cheese, and then another tortilla. And then I put a bunch of Bo's hot box batch hot sauce all over that. And sometimes it's open face, sometimes it's closed because, I'm fat. And so I'm like, I can do 2 tortillas. And my wife sees me. She's like, you should do 1. I'm like, oh, okay. But when she's not around, I get the double stack. And it's fat. It's got eggs, sausage, cheese, hot sauce. It's perfect. So
Those are the ones that you post on Twitter whenever wife's away. The
Yes.
double stack.
the double,
Yeah.
right? And I mean, listen, I'm not a chef. I am a poor man's. I'm like a college guy still, where I'm looking around. I'm like, I got eggs, I got cheese, I got bread. I want there to be some meat.
Watch
juice
this.
dripping. Your food, there should be some meat juice that drips from your food and cheese juice to whatever into a pile that you got to go, oh shit, and you got to scoop that back up and put it back in. That's, I want to open a restaurant that's called, plate licking good, and you got to lick your plate before you leave. If you don't lick your plate, Like, just don't ever come back. You're not welcome back. That's how good we want it to be. So, that's just me.
Plate licking good.
Yeah, plate licking good.
I wait for my wife to leave the room, and I'll do it. And I'll hear my daughters going, "He's licking his plate again, Mom." I'm like, "Damn it!" So I just go to the basement or the backyard, and my neighbors can watch. So I don't care.
Could you imagine waking up to let the dog out or something, and you turn to your right and you see Scott on his back porch just
I'm calling the police. Somebody
calling the police.
I'm calling the police on him. Yeah.
You should.
If I look at his plate at 9:30 in the morning outside in his backyard, he crazy.
Yo,
I make friends with all my neighbors, but if my neighbor was doing that, I'd be wondering what they were doing before they made their breakfast.
Well, it's not here. Listen, here's how it goes. You make the breakfast, you go outside, then you enjoy outside for a little bit, then you eat your breakfast. It's not, it's not that complicated, but
Did you compare it to an NFL team yet, by the way?
I'm going to compare it to
Everyone can do this, by the way.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers, because right now they have Antonio Brown, Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, Rob Gronkowski, Leonard Fournette, Ronald Jones.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Tom Brady's on their team, and they got Scotty Miller, who can just go like this.
Scotty Miller. Why are we even talking about Scotty? He's the water boy now.
Right, but even if anybody gets hurt, who cares? They got anybody who can catch Tom Brady's passes. That's the sandwich for me when it's all stacked up with the double stack.
I think that's the correct answer.
With the guacamole on top.
The guacamole.
Very nice.
Yeah, it's the Buccaneer burrito.
Oh man, I'll put hot
I like it. Yeah, the Buccaneer burrito.
Yeah.
If I open up a truck and I come near the man bun's house, I'll ring that bell. I'll make one for you any day, man.
Yo, that's I think that's the correct answer. Like you can't get enough. You have to lick the plate and you keep, but I really cannot get the image out of my head of literally looking to my left out of my backyard and just I think Troy, you said calling the cops and just being like, there is a man in his robe doing some disgusting things to this plate right now.
I'm gonna have nightmares tonight thinking about that.
I'm gonna need you to send a unit right now. Like that's, I literally can see it. It's so bad.
I'm gonna go all Karen on him, man.
You should.
Put this man away right now.
I think we've all licked our plates before, though. I mean, if it's really good, I'll do it, man. And it as a chef, there's no better feeling, especially in the professional field, when that plate comes back. And we do this a lot. We do it a lot. When the food is that good and that plate is clean coming back, that's hats off to the chef, man. And the server usually brings it to your attention. So
for real?
Yeah, for real. Like I've seen plates come back clean in a casino restaurant, which will not be named. But
screw those guys.
Yeah.
That's what we got to say to them.
I'm in fantasy now. They can go cook somewhere else. But no, for real, man. And that's compliments. So if you're willing to lick your own plate, that must be some pretty damn good fugu.
I love it, man. I think it's when you combine. I'm going to say it wrong, but there's a Japanese phrase like when you combine like your love for something and your passion and like your zeitgeist and like everything you're supposed to be. And I don't know the exact name for it, so I'm not going to butcher it. But when I make that food for that 30, 40 minutes and I eat it, my wife's like, why are you taking so long to eat your food? I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm eating each bite. I'm tweeting. I'm taking pictures of it. My wife's like, you're a whore for your food. I'm like, shut up. I tell my family now when I go to eat, don't bother me for half an hour. I'm eating. They're like, he's eating. He's eating.
That's about the only time I turn my phone off is when it's eat time. Like I even have to take off the Apple Watch. I can't have anything because when I cooked dinner and I cooked dinner before I went on the show, and I was excited to be on the show first off. But I told my wife, I said, listen, I'm going on the open bar tonight. What do you want for dinner? And she told me, and we're Italian, and we fell in love in an Italian restaurant. And she's from North Jersey, and I'm from New York originally. But we met in South Jersey. Funny story. The two usually don't mix. And she loves just breaded chicken cutlets, man. It's old school Italian, little bit of lemon on top. I said, I love you, but I need to make you dinner and bounce. So the chicken cutlets went on the table. Man, I whipped them up real fast, and we sat down, had dinner. My plate was clean. I didn't lick it. Maybe the dog did, but I didn't lick it. But I get what you're saying, man. And I've seen plenty of my plates come back clean.
Well, at restaurants, I'll take bread, obviously, and wipe it up or whatever you do. But at home, I'm in the basement, no one's around. I mean, I'm getting the treatment. I want every morsel of jus coming off of that meat, cheese blend. But I can't do it every day. So every day I do eat a low-fat sausage and a couple of eggs just to get the protein going. Not a lot of cheese. But in the summer, I was cheesing it out. So
I'm hungry as hell. Man.
What about the juice that's left on the plate? You ever have that? That's something, it has a great sauce or something like that, and not necessarily lick the plate, but you ever do one of these with the plate and get the juice going in your without bread or anything else to soak it up? Like just get messy once in a while and let it go on the beard for later. I don't really have too much of a beard compared to you guys, but I like that. I like to taste the food over and over again.
Start and stash.
Yeah, I'm not going to dinner with any of y'all, bro. I'm gonna go to dinner and y'all just look at the plate at the restaurant.
Hey, Troy, I gotta actually. So you're in Florida. I'm in Maryland. I gotta kind of know where everybody is at. Mitch, where are you at, my guy?
I'm in Utah.
Utah, beautiful.
They don't lick plates in Utah.
No, not a lot. Not a. I
lick
could say I
anything in
probably
Utah.
never licked a plate in Utah. Yeah, never happened.
Man,
I'm missing out.
That's a good time. Gabe, how about you? Where are you at?
I am in the coldest place on motherfucking earth, Austin, Texas.
Austin, Massachusetts. Shout out.
Yeah. 40 degrees right now. 39 degrees.
Jeez.
Feels like 34. Like school could literally be canceled tomorrow. Hey,
Wow.
Huh? Once it reaches like 31, they start
here in
sweating.
Maryland. Yeah, 55. It's nice.
Yeah.
55 in your basement or outside?
No, it's 57 outside.
Yeah.
Right now. 64 in the basement. But Steph, where are you at?
I am in right outside of Atlantic City, New Jersey.
So another Eastern time. So we're actually close.
East Coast.
Right.
Yeah, it's 59 degrees right now.
Nice. We're living large over here.
At 11:15-ish.
The vortex hasn't hit us yet, so
Yeah, that's that. We got a hurricane, another hurricane coming up. So it's gonna be fun.
That's terrible.
Yes.
And J Mike's from Ohio.
Boston,
I know that.
Massachusetts.
Hold up.
Home of Highline Chili.
Hold up. Y'all mad disrespectful right now. I am not from Ohio.
Kentucky.
Where are you from?
You're gonna have to chill with that.
Where you
I am from the heart of the bluegrass. I am from
right.
Kentucky.
Nice.
I am a Cincinnati, Ohio resident. I am not from Ohio. Don't lump me in. And listen,
Damn, people
it's a
from
lot
Ohio.
of dope people. It's a lot
He
of
had
dope
that
people here in
Ohio-
Ohio. No,
He
hold on.
got mad with that though. He brought the Ohio in that response.
Hey, shout out to you, Big B. No, I did not choose to live in Ohio. My wife pulled me here to some degree, but it has grown on me over time. So I'll give it that. It's not. Now let me be honest. I visited Texas twice in one summer. One of those summers that I visited Texas, it was actually to College Station. I got to see the Wildcats play Texas A&M a couple years ago. And Gabe actually drove up from Austin to meet me in College Station. Tailgated with me and my homies from up this way. He brought us some Buc-ee's. Found out exactly what the heck was up with Buc-ee's. It's not a gas station. It's an entity. Not a gas station.
How do they not have that on his shirt yet, bro?
Don't get it twisted. Not a gas station. It's an entity. And Texas and the West have my heart. There's something about the West that I feel like calls me. I don't even know what it is. I've never been further west than Texas, but I went to Texas, visited Houston in one visit, College Station in the next, and for some reason, like it beckons, and I don't know what it is. Something beckons.
J Mike, do you mess with the Kentucky bourbon? Is that something that you? I've been down there. I had Woodford a little bit. I liked it when I went on the tour. It tasted good, but after 2 or 3 tastes, because I like to drink a couple of drinks. Last couple of tastes, it just tastes like wood. I was like, it tastes like wood. Okay, I get it. Yeah, I like Scotch. I'm drinking a little Scotch here. It's gone now, but so I'm not a connoisseur. Just wondering, kind of where you on that scale. You grew up drinking that, or kind of do something different.
So I was incredibly late to the game. I'm not really a big drinker per se. So I don't have much in the cut of takes regarding bourbon. However, there is one right next to me who will tell you any and everything about any and all bourbons, liqueurs that you could dream to know about. But no, I'm not. Sadly, I've not even been on the bourbon trail. I'm a terrible Kentuckian.
No,
I betrayed my home.
No, you're fine. You're fine. For me,
he betrayed it. It's okay.
Straight up.
It's okay. He betrayed it.
He kind of did. He had Blanton's on his shelf for like way too many years.
He resides in Ohio.
Yeah.
I don't want to throw shade.
Maybe you are an Ohioan. What do you call that?
I'll get by to that, J Mike. I'm not gonna. I just wondered because I had never been. I went to Kentucky and went to one place, so I don't know anything about it. It just tasted like wood, and I was like, I've had Scotch, I've had whiskey, but bourbon tastes more woody than I don't like putting a lot of wood in my mouth. That's just me. So.
Question of the day: how much wood is too much wood in your bourbon?
Yo, it sounded like J Mike was banished from Kentucky to Ohio. They said we don't want him no more, man. Get on to Ohio.
He's not drunk. Get out of here.
Why am I on the border reaching for Covington? Like, why?
Get out of here, J Mike.
Come back to
Sandra
me.
Bullock's like, come back.
Yo, that's so foul. But you might be right. At this point is where my kids are from, where I've laid roots. Wow. This is like an intervention. I've somehow transformed into an Ohioan, and it's really disgusting.
You
really have
yourself though. Like that's the thing. You're representing you. You're not defined by any space and time. None of us are. That's what's great about what we like to do here. Talking to each other about a sport that is moment by moment. And that's the cool part. We're all flexible. We're all growing on this planet that's just flying through space. Get out of here, Chase.
Yo, Chase is like Beetlejuice.
Intervention.
Intervention. He popped up out of nowhere.
Oh shit, I'm here.
Hey, on my podcast, I'm really drunk. I'm gonna forget everything I said, but just come on, real quick, right now.
Oh my gosh, that's good. Wow.
So we got J Mike to realize that he really is an Ohioan, or Ohioite. How do you do that? You got to figure that out since you're repping Ohio now.
I'm not even going to correct you. I'm not even going to research that. I'm not going to do you.
I think the Ohioan sounds better. I don't know.
It's Ohioan, man. Ohioans.
I'm not going to give you that. No, I'm not going to give you that credit. I'm just not. I see what you did to me, James, just now.
It's close enough to being Hawaiian, Ohioan.
It's close enough.
Close enough. I mean, if that's how far west you're going to go, I mean, you might as well.
A J Mikeite.
Yo,
J Mikeite.
J Mikeite. J Miketion.
J Miken.
J Miken. I like it. J Miken.
Hohen. No, that's not
Hohen.
right. That's not right.
No, you don't want to be that.
Hohen. Yeah. Oh, Hohen. You out here, Hohen?
Oh,
What you doing in these streets? No, that's really rough. I guess I'm just trying to figure out the yeah, I got to get out of here now because it's a bunch of dope people here. I got to get out of here now. It's a bunch of dope people that I've met here, specifically even in the fantasy community. Like there are so many people in this, like not just Ohio, but like in the Cincinnati area, like tri-state. It's a ton of dope people, and I consider and listen. I know I would miss some folks, and they probably be upset about it. But like it's a bunch of dope people in this state. The problem is the people that I deal with on a day-to-day basis are not these people that I deal with online, like who I enjoy dealing with. It's a bunch of nonsense. And again, Ohio's grown on me quite a bit, so I can't trip. But I've met a regrettable amount of not awesome people here, and it's frustrating. You know, everybody can't be in Florida living it up. I can't be out in Utah living the good life. I can't do all these nice things that you all have. Some of us have to slum.
The girls ain't on TV and they got more ass than the model.
Either though, bro, because people from Jersey, especially northern Jersey, this is why I moved to South Jersey. They're mean. They drive way too fast. And when I say fast, when the speed limit is 55, they are doing 95 on the parkway for a 15-minute ride that, whatever. It could be one exit. They will get on, go 95, and then get right off. They will flip you the bird. They will curse you out. And then that's why I moved to South Jersey, where it's a little bit slower, a little bit more calm. It actually feels like a real state. In northern Jersey, they are just straight up mean, man, and they don't care. You have to pump your own gas no matter what part of the state you're in. I'm sorry, no, you can't pump your own gas. That's the whole thing. So Ohio's okay. I was out there once. It was -6 degrees. I went up there and I met a friend, and I spent the night there in Ohio, and it was an experience, to say the least. Up there by Dayton in the middle of the winter, it was freezing cold.
So I love Southern New Jersey. Northern New Jersey, it smells like burning. And I've driven down. I've been through New York in '95. So, J. Mike, I went to Maine last year. We rented a car. We said we got to go to Maine, and it was incredible. Every little nook and cranny and beach we went to was just what you want it to be. A bunch of different colors and animals and crabs and things I'd never seen before. It was beautiful. But when you drive back through New Jersey and you get to northern New Jersey, once you get out of New York, it's just, what is that smell? And it's New Jersey, and it's terrible. And you roll and go, damn it, it's New Jersey. Get to middle Jersey, you can roll them back down. Southern Jersey, you're like, let's stop at a huge fucking supermarket that has alcohol and everything you need in your life. And you go in, you're like, oh shit, I could stay in here forever. So love Southern Jersey. There's breweries. Plenty. Yeah,
lots of breweries are popping up everywhere.
It's a great place. So let me just say, Southern Jersey, you have my respect. Northern Jersey, you birthed my father-in-law and my wife too. But you can go to hell, Northern Jersey. I'm sorry.
If my in-laws hear this podcast, I'm screwed.
I got a question for J. Mike though. I got a quick question for him. So J. Mike. Yep. So all them people that you deal with that are not so nice. Do you think that they're also mad because they also got banished from their state and they had to go to Ohio too? maybe that's why they're so mad. All y'all mad together.
Tell them why you're mad, son. Tell them why you're mad.
Yeah, they all mad because y'all can all be in Ohio together.
Yo, that is a concept I did not.
Oh no, man. Maybe that's what happened, bro.
Yo, did we really all get banished? That's bonkers.
Damn, bro. Y'all got banished to Ohio. Legit, and y'all got to deal with the Browns now.
And what's funny is like the folks that I do fool with up here, like legitimately like rock with, they're all from other places. Oh no.
Y'all got banished. I'm telling y'all. I'm sorry I had to be the one to break it to you, but y'all got banished.
No,
Yeah,
it's not. Oh no, it's Ohio, J Mike. It's Ohio. Not, oh no.
Oh, say it ain't so. That's
Ohio.
Big high, two little O's.
I'm going to drive around Ohio now. I'm just going to
Just skip it. I'm done.
if I'm going to Chicago, hey, let's go through Canada.
This is a long way around.
I can't.
Passport's out.
My parents drove us. This is what happened. We went to Chicago one time. True story. There is 8 Simpsons. I'm the oldest of 6, and there is my mom and dad. And so at one point, they're like, let's drive to a family reunion in Chicago. We drove all the way. We get to Ohio. My dad's like, let's go see the lake. I don't know why we did. We went to Cleveland. We drove up. We looked at the lake. My dad's like, this sucks. Okay. You took us here. Why are you yelling? We have no choice. We passed a bunch of serviceable McDonald's, had no McDonald's, and then we went to some shitty little inn and stayed for the night. And then my dad woke us up like 5 a.m. so we could drive through tolls and not pay them. Whatever. It was, I don't know. It was terrible. And then on the way home, he's like, you want to go to Canton, Ohio? And all of my sisters, all 3 of them looked at me. And I was like, yeah, let's go to Canton, Ohio, Dad. Yeah, I was a football guy even when I was like 5 or 6. And all my sisters looked at me, and they all were just like, you can die a mean death right now. I was like, yeah, I don't know if we should go to Canton, Ohio. Only me. My dad's like, we're going to go for you and only you, and everyone's going to know it's for you, right, Jesse? I'm like, oh, my God. I'm like, I'm going to die. So I didn't go. I didn't end up going. So.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
What a night.
So wait, there are
what a
8
night.
Simpsons, and you're the oldest of 6. Is that what you said? That's where I got lost right away.
It's wild, man.
That's quick fantasy math.
Those
Yeah.
are nimble numbers.
Nimble with numbers.
Nimble
for sure.
Yeah, those are, you had
Very
to eat
nimble
early
numbers.
in the morning if you wanted to survive in the Simpson family.
All right.
Why did we just blow? Why did we just blow his secret cover?
I blew it.
Did he say his name was Jesse? I could have sworn I heard he said
I know.
his name was
I'm like,
Jesse.
hold on. Wait
Who
a
the fuck is
second.
Jesse?
I'll give you guys my backstory. So my name is Jesse Scott Simpson. Scott's my dad's name and my middle name. Most people know me in my other life as Jesse. But for me, when I started my fantasy football account, I wanted everybody I knew to know me as Scott, so that as soon as they started talking to me, I knew immediately it was about fantasy. I'm so dedicated that I created my own persona. And here's the thing. No one calls me Jesse anyway. I'm living at my house with my family. I haven't been out.
It's on now.
I don't see anybody. I live alone. And so my family calls me Dad or Hun or whatever. My best friend calls me, Jay. And so it's Scott. I am Scott. I like Scott a lot more too. I never liked Jesse. It just, they thought I was a girl in my car insurance. They're like, you're the best girl driver we have. We're gonna put your rates way down. Look at you. We're gonna only $35 a month. And my mom was like, man, they think you're a girl. We're gonna go with it. And I was like, I don't like that. That's not good. So I've always just had my wife on the phone. She's like, this is Jesse Simpson, and she does all the stuff as Jesse Simpson. And so I like Scott a little bit better. And so it just was Scott when I started a long, long time ago, not thinking I was going to have to create another persona. But you know what? He's here. And that's why he's wearing in shades, Troy. He's trying to hide his true identity. It's like Batman here. So it's
I got something to say, man, because Linda actually mentioned in the chat how open bar reveals true identities. Linda's real name ain't Linda, and your name ain't really Scott. I feel betrayed and deceived and bamboozled and all these things. I don't know none of y'all anymore, man.
But my name is actually Scott because it's on my birth certificate.
But you're Jesse. I don't know who you are.
Wait, Troy. We all can't have last name of King in our name, okay?
I know, right?
That's something you don't have to live with.
That. There's no way that
you don't understand that. You're already on another
I can't give him
platform. You're
the
up
king.
here, and we're all down here with plain weird names that we sometimes, like Scott, has to change his identity a little bit and live another life, and that is perfectly fine.
Yeah. Also,
especially in the fantasy community.
my shirt's off on Twitter, And so, I do understand, kind of who I am as a person. And every day I kind of just hope that no one from one side of the world meets the other side of my world, because I like keeping them separate in a good way. It's a healthy artistic expression to be Scott, and then to also, do my other thing and also be dad. That's the main thing. And I don't wear shades when I'm dad.
You honestly look more like a Scott than a Jesse.
I know. I hated it my whole life. My parents were like, we were going to name you Scott, but we decided to go with Jesse because it's from the Bible. And I was like, that's stupid.
There's a Jesse in the Bible?
That's stupid. Yeah, he's David's dad in the Bible. And so it was like, well, it was David's dad. And I was like, well, David was way better. Why didn't you?
David.
It was his dad.
Who do they talk about, David or Jesse? Troy don't even know.
Bro, I know a little bit about the Bible. I never heard of a Jesse, man. Maybe he's in the back. Maybe he's in the fine print.
Was it Jesse and Goliath?
Jesse was in the fine print of the Bible.
Jesse and Goliath. And the only thing that was good for it was on my wedding, we sang Jesse's Girl with my wife, and it was beautiful. And I got to dance around, and it was very a moment of, because everybody, the bride is the most beautiful woman at the party. So everyone's like, yeah, Jesse's Girl. It was great. And I'm not Jesse anymore. I'm actually mostly dad, honestly. I got 2 girls, and so I hear dad more than I hear anything else.
Right.
So I like creating a little different persona for me to enjoy fantasy football. I mean, that's what we're doing. I love fantasy football. I'll create another persona just to love fantasy football.
Imagine
stay the way you are, man. You're awesome. You're
imagine
awesome.
joining you are in quotes, Scott. But imagine going to, because I feel like you talked about joining, a few of you joining in to Twitter and like, oh, I started with so and so, now I know so many people, whatever. I feel like I've certainly considered J Mike a brother to this point, and had I known him whenever I got married, what was that, 7 years ago, he'd certainly be there. So imagine Twitter people at your wedding, and you never told them that, just to keep it separate or for whatever reason, just it's normal, whatever. And then they come up, and then all of a sudden it's Jesse, and you're like,
who the hell is Jesse?
Wait, what wedding am I? Am I at the right wedding?
Yeah, at the wrong wedding.
Well, that's definitely Scott.
Or sister?
Yo,
like a Jesse.
Witness protection does some things to you, man. It does some things to you.
Is that why you're in Ohio? That explains Ohio. No, we know.
Spanish, bro.
Tonight was a night of discovery. Tonight was a night of self-awareness, of reflection, and really forging a path ahead of who you really want to be in life. Because I do not want to be Ohioan. That has been determined.
You said it. See,
that has been determined. Golly, what a good night! This has been good.
And J Mike, I am missing some things that I should definitely add to this, but I made it, man. I went behind the scenes. I made a game for us. We can close it with this, dude.
Yes.
It's I promise. This is it. I promise. It won't extend past 2 hours. It never does.
Okay.
I know. So, well, quote unquote, Scott knows. He's a teacher. Yep. He knows this. He might not know this. I don't know if he knows this, but I frequently use Kahoot. Kahoot as a teacher. And it's just a good place to do kind of multiple choice, like trivia, whatever, online. I'm going to share the screen shortly. Great. I'm just explaining it at this point so we can see all of our lovely faces. But down on the banner, there's the website, and then the pin that you enter, and you put in your name. I'm not seeing anyone join over here yet, so I'm a little concerned. Is anyone going to play? You're making me nervous.
And shout out to the chat, obviously, as well. If you guys are checking us out.
Everyone's doing this, let's give them all 30 seconds to do it, because I'm not going to last another 30 seconds. So I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Got it, Mitch.
All right. It's tweeted out now. All right.
It's everyone's on Twitter? Is that where it's at?
I put, well, no, it's at the bottom right there.
Group games.
But
I'm
it's,
not seeing
it's
anything.
out on Twitter now.
There we go. Okay.
Snap.
Who'd it?
We're gonna retweet it. We're gonna get all of Twitter to come and play with us. We're gonna get
boy.
see. This is why I wanted to do this, because to see if there's actually anyone in the chat, because it could just be us playing this game, and if there's actually anyone in there, J Mike,
So-
if you want to prove me wrong, then they'd show up here, and I don't see anyone. So your move.
Listen, man. This is not something that the chat has to do to prove their worth after you took an entire month acknowledging them. Basically, all of 2020, you've acknowledged them. So while 2020's brought us so many disasters and dysfunction, it also brought you in the chat together. So I will forever be grateful for 2020. With that said, the Kahoot app, if you have the Kahoot app, you can do it there. You can do it on kahoot.it. The actual website, and play the game through there as well. But I'm pretty excited for this, and I'm curious what game you concocted in doing so. This should be interesting.
Says I'm in.
The best players should probably be those who were either guests tonight or in the so-called chat. So, yeah, we can share the screen now at this point, I think. And
so should we explain how it works, like what's going to happen, like as an example?
Absolutely. There's going to be multiple choice and true false questions about either tonight or fantasy football questions, like legitimate ones in general, kind of probably an open bar style, like like random shit about Scott's taco, pause, and among other things. So I don't know. It's just like a quiz,
The
it's
show
a quiz about the
recap
open
quiz.
bar, the recap quiz.
Yeah, Gabe, I gotta say, this is one of my favorite tools to use with anybody. We played it at a Christmas holiday gathering a couple years ago. We did boys versus girls in a little game, and it's so fun because your answers matter. You get the right answer, it matters, but also the speed matters. So if you know the right answer right away, don't sleep on it. You hit that, whatever the answer is right away, it gets you better points. So I just want to give that a caveat so people aren't left thinking I knew the answer, but I just sat on it for a minute and somebody got in a little faster than me. So
that's a good point. Speed does matter.
All right, so how do I enter my answer, or does it wait till the question comes up, or?
Yep, and this is why I'm sharing the screen right here now, is so that the questions are actually going to show up on this screen that we're on, being live in front of us.
Okay.
So if you're a guest, if you're watching the show, you have to watch the live screen here live Tuesdays, 9:30 Eastern ish, the open bar. You have to watch this to get the question itself, as well as which answer choice is which. And then you're using your other device, probably a phone, iPad of sorts, dual monitor, whatever your setup is, big TV in the back for Scott. And I want to say your name now, but I have to keep saying Scott. It's so hard. Pause.
Yes.
And so you have to answer with that other device though, but you need to see this screen in front of you where we are posted live.
Oh man.
So,
all right.
Okay. All right. We got nine players. This is how you can gauge like who's really watching the open bar for an hour and a half.
Joe said he couldn't get in. I'm hoping Trader Joe finds a way. He said he couldn't get in.
Really?
That's what he said. He
So
said
it won't let me
it
in.
won't let me in. Let me in now. Let me in now.
J Mike, if you ever show up with a Band-Aid, I swear.
I got money to live my friends now. We in now.
Listen,
Kentuckin or St. Louis?
Yo.
Listen, I love Troy. Troy is amazing. We talked about him earlier, but J Mike, come on. I mean, goodness gracious. I'm just honored to get to meet you, good sir. Let's just put it that way.
You're absurd. I mean, those are very kind words, but you're absurd.
No, it's ridiculous. I think when you followed me, I just like fell down the stairs. I was like, oh,
No God.
yeah. I was like, oh, gross.
There's,
Mensa.
I didn't notice the ornaments you added to your beard, Scott.
It looks good.
It's great.
Strong.
Down, man.
Very organized.
Very nice.
Very organized.
Very organized. That reminds me, I do have Dodgers win.
Is that the series?
Yep.
That's it. That's it.
Wow.
And that's all.
Wow,
It's a
wow,
wrap.
wow.
It's a wrap.
Good for them.
Good for
Dodgers.
that.
All right, let's play. Here we go. This is
All
it. I don't care about anyone else. Thanks for playing.
Oh,
Hey,
Joe's in. There you go, Joe.
Joe's in.
Joe's in.
Hey yo.
We got 10.
All right.
Here we go.
What
Oh,
am I
nice.
doing?
And away. Just look at the questions on the screen and tap the answer in front of you. Gee, are we old? What is going on here? Jeez.
Fine.
All right. And I'm sorry. We should be playing this music the whole time. Yeah.
Oh, that's better.
Yeah.
That's much better.
Da. Hey. Hey. Open bar on Tuesdays. Booze days.
Cahoots days.
Cahoots days. Ooh.
Days.
Cahoots
Strong.
days. All right, here we go.
All right. For those at home listening via podcast, a blowfish is called a what? A foo-foo, a yoo-hoo, a
Yep.
fugu, or
Yeah.
yahoo?
Oh, I picked the wrong answer. I knew it.
Foo-foo,
My game's not
yoo-hoo,
even updating.
I'm gonna dominate.
Yahoo, and fugu.
Oh, mine's still spinning.
I guessed the wrong answer, but I knew what it
Connectivity
was.
issues.
Don't lie, Troy.
I know I knew
So,
what it
yeah.
was. But I could,
Nice. It is not foo-foo or yoo-hoo, whoever said that.
I put
You is a
That
fool.
was Troy. He
Use
put
We all-
Yahoo in there.
yeah. We know Troy with Yahoo.
No, I put food, and I knew it was food.
Fugu.
Leave it to Chef Troll
probably
RD.
show name. Probably show name.
Try again. I got this, man.
All right. Let's see what our leaderboard looks like.
I'm in 12.
Okay, Scott.
Ooh.
What's good? Eat that popcorn, son.
I got this.
This is just a poll. This
Michael
was
Thomas 4.
Yep. I did come up with a new name for CEH though, BMC for Baked Mac and Cheese. You know, CMC, BMC.
I should have went with that one.
Just
I'm
kind of curious where we're sitting now.
I'm of the opinion that this might have multiple correct answers.
Yeah, it's just a poll. There won't be any correct answers on this one.
Okay.
We'll just see who.
Oh yeah, the Swift Debo in a second. All right, no BMC, huh?
No BMC, aka CEH.
BMC is
Bowel
hilarious.
movement. I had a lot of BEH last week.
Oh my gosh.
All right, no points there.
Ugh.
Ooh, Chef, do you know this?
Oh, I don't know, man. My whole night's been fugu.
Yeah,
I remember.
It's a
yeah.
new-
This
it's a
isn't.
new life
This isn't.
reference.
This isn't the metaphor. This is just literal, like the fugu,
Yep.
the blowfish. So
Yeah,
I'm not gonna give away the answer.
Yeah, so listen back to the episode, everyone. Podcast form. Chef James, has he or has he not made fugu before?
true or false? That is
False.
False. He has
False.
not made fugu before.
No, working
So
on it
far
though.
to come back. That should be.
When he does
I'm
for the
afraid to
first
test it on
time,
myself.
I know it might be the first and last time. So, Mitch.
Ooh,
right.
Mitch,
New leader.
to you.
Okay,
Just because I
This
got
would
one
be-
wrong. Man.
He's got a faster internet than I do, I guess.
I like this one. Da 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 da.
Hey, Dak's first name
I got
is
that wrong. I think I got
Dak. Toda.
Nice.
Man.
Whoops.
Did we talk about this?
Didn't get that one right.
No,
Nope.
we just talked Dak.
Oh, we all skipped that one.
The
I was
correct answer is
I
rain.
was so hoping
is
to
rain. I
get
forgot
someone.
about
And by someone, I mean everyone. With that, nice. I stumbled
North Dakota
upon.
rain.
I stumbled upon this one. I don't even know what show I was on, but I looked up Dak on PFR, and then I saw Rain as the first name, and I was like, "That's no way. That's not a thing." But it's it's a thing.
Rain Prescott would be better than Dak. I
Yeah,
mean, like
I
make
agree.
it rain. Yeah, he should go
Make
with
it
that
rain.
instead.
I know. Yeah. Joe, you're saying that it's his middle name? I don't know. Maybe it is because but then I guess we're saying that Scott's first name is Scott and Jesse. Yeah, so that
He'll always be Jesse to me from now on.
yeah.
Oh, hey, Pro Football Reference. Rain Dakota Prescott,
Yeah,
aka the Fortress, is his nickname.
the fortress.
Oh,
I wanted to, we need to do
This ain't even
nickname
fair.
1.2.
Oh
This
my
is
gosh.
This is a great question.
It is a good question because I have no
I
idea.
don't freaking know, man. And I'm a Tua guy. I don't freaking know this shit. Man.
Yeah, sure you are.
I am.
I just picked one, to be honest. Yeah, I got it right.
Whoops.
Wow.
I pulled the
16.
SAT version. Just pick one real fast.
15.
That was super difficult.
That one's fun.
How many vowels are in Tua's full name? Correct answer is
Too many.
16.
That's a lot.
Dang.
Have you guys ever heard of?
Joe- Sorry, go ahead.
As a children's author, or a children's teacher, one of my favorite authors is James Marshall, right? And another one of my favorite authors is Tommy DePaula, and he wrote a Bill and Pete story, and in that story, William couldn't write his name; it was too many letters. How long did it take Tua to write his last name? Like, what grade could he finally write his last name? Because that's hard.
That poor kid.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, that's how he learned his alphabet. He just looked at his name.
Right.
Wow.
That's a real
That's not,
thing,
I'm not being mean. That's probably what he did.
right?
Wow.
I mean, he had to
He
really
learned
get
all his values, obviously.
those are challenges that kids face that are simple that we never think about. But when you
Yeah.
get in school and your name is like, Kevin Todd, or whatever it is, you got a simple first name.
Kevin Todd.
Jesse James, Jim Bob, that's easy. You got Tua Tagovailoa. I mean, that's just another level. So
I mean, the first name. I don't know how to pronounce the first name.
I can do the last name, the Tungavailoa.
yeah,
But
right. That's the only one I
His real
got.
first
I
name is
can't
hard.
do the first name.
It's too hard. man.
Some analysts, huh? That's why we don't have personal chefs. All right. Chef.
Yes, let's go.
Here
Yeah.
we go, coming.
That's rough.
All right. Halfway through. Let's get it.
What
Which one?
is not on Scott's Buccaneer
Scott's
burrito?
Buccaneer burrito. I made some pretty good little nicknames for all these too. Guac is Gronk because someone said
Guacamole.
Gronkamole. Hot sauce, which is just Rojo, Rojo.
Hey.
Eggs, Mike Eggins, right?
like
Sausage, because J Mike's all about that sausage. Big Len, huh?
I mean, come on. Hey,
on.
hashtag chill, bruh. Hashtag chill, bruh.
Huh?
Oh,
Got that
if only we've seen the
Cornet.
burrito.
Cornet. All right. Guac. No Gronkamole in that bad boy.
Oh, Gronkamole.
you put it on
I could-
top if you want. You can. I've done it once. I did it one time. Eggs and guac, it's a bit much for me.
Yeah, I mean, Migas.
Eggs and Gronk sound better.
Eggs and
That does sound about to.
eggs and Gronk.
Chef
baby.
keeps his lead. All
All
right.
right.
Next
Who
question.
is-
Who is not? Oh, sorry. You got it.
Who is not an RB1 in points per game, minimum 5 games played? Melvin Gordon, James Robinson, Miles Sanders, CEH, otherwise known as BMC. It's mac and cheese.
Play a Hayden degree. You know what I'm saying?
Did everybody see that picture or no?
Yes, that was amazing.
Oh, thank
Yes.
you.
Thank you for that.
I was talking about it. I was like, I got to make this. I got to make it right now. Quick.
I accidentally did a cry face in response to it, but I was actually laughing.
No worries.
Oh, dang it.
Oh,
CEH
Yeah.
is not an RB1 in points per game
And
for 5 games played. I was actually surprised looking through this one.
I
Stunning.
went Sanders.
Yeah.
Stunning.
I went.
And it's a little bit tough with points per game, and the 5 games played, it's kind of cherry picking, but it's my game. So I get to, but I'm just glad no one said James Robinson, AKA James Fugu Robinson.
With that, true.
Gabe, you're right on. When I do my DFS tool every week, which I create by hand, and so I look at all of the data from every player, and CEH surprisingly is not up there regularly. He's getting 14, 15,
Right.
18, 17. He's just not getting 25, 27, 28. And that's what, Melvin Gordon, you think he's sucking. No, he's actually not. In the games he's played, he is a top 15 back every week. So,
And it helped with Lindsey out kind of immediately with the turf toe, but yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Volume. What do all of these guys have in common? Volume.
yes.
And
Volume.
I mean, in CEH, you'd think would be like a resounding yes, I guess, in terms of volume goes. But
Oh, it's close.
all right,
Oh man, my screen.
I know what it is. I know what
So-
the right answer is. But
Am I the only one that's actually clicked on the StreamYard screen?
Yeah,
to try to
no,
click
I did
it.
too,
I'm
man.
like,
Yeah,
whoops,
just
my
did it too. I
bad.
screwed up. Said, oh, that's gonna screw my points up. I'm gonna lose the lead on this one. Damn it.
Yes.
I'm
yes,
glad I'm
you
not
are,
the
man.
only one.
Wait, what?
Yo,
wow.
shout out to the person that wanted to put me from Texas.
I really
Right now.
wanted to do Ohio. I really wanted to.
So disrespectful.
We should all
That's
just picked Ohio.
definitely a Chef Troll RD move. That's
Yeah,
for sure.
that is a troll RD move.
Losing, so I might as well have.
All right. Oh,
So,
3
I'm like,
points.
Three.
I was late
Mitch is
on that one.
fire. The Cincy chili of choice is Highline, Skyline, My Line, or
Diarrhea.
Diarrhea.
I have a feeling this is gonna be a trick question here.
You thought I was gonna rhyme with line, didn't I? Yeah, but it's diarrhea.
Oh, I'm so glad I watched this show on a weekly.
not pictured here, but just as Trader Joe said in the chat, the correct answer is definitely Gold Star. Gold Star is the preferred chili.
Maybe that was diarrhea then. I don't know. Is that
You know what's funny, Gabe? They have billboards here now that say it's a Gold Star billboard, and it says something to the effect of "Don't settle for watery." Like just going in on Skyline something off.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's pretty funny.
I like that.
I guess you have
I don't like
Ohio to get it.
I don't like that. No, I get it. I mean,
You have to be banished to Ohio to get it.
get it if I've had it, right? And I survived a flight with it, and I was sweating the whole time.
That was the funniest part. We didn't even tell y'all. So when Gabe did visit, legit, we met up with John Bosch. Shout out to John Bosch. We met up. We had Skyline in Cincinnati. Gabe then, not a couple hours later, gets on an airplane to fly back to Texas, and his stomach is destroying him the whole way home.
That's risky, man.
It was epic.
Yeah.
So Gabe,
Skyline on the skyline.
Like what's riskier, making fugu or eating Skyline, getting on a plane, flying for
did you
2.5 hours?
Did you just squirm the whole way, or did you go to the bathroom? How did you handle that?
No bathroom, just straight prairie dogging.
I
I guess I don't know if that's a prairie dog. That's more of like a
You just left the train tracks in it.
yeah.
FF skid marks.
When I
That's
was,
good.
when I was a younger
We
man,
made that joke here, haven't we? What was that from? That sounds familiar.
I don't know.
We
I
always
just came up
doing
with that.
FF names. We've said that before. I don't remember what it was for.
It's way funnier right now. It is way funnier right now. All right, sorry.
Do the advertisement for Skyline Chili. FF skid marks.
Oh man.
All right.
Last question coming up.
Last one. This is it. Be ready. 10 out of 10. 10th question out of 10 questions. Oh, Chef, holding on.
Holla.
We had some switch up here. Oh, Mitch, what happened? You picked Highline?
I wasn't paying attention and
Mitch.
clicked the wrong one. It's been known to happen.
This is how we also test to see if the guests are even like tuning into the show, like the guests.
I could have sworn it was Highline.
Because
I mean, it was for some.
And with
I'm
Kyler
hammered. That's all I can say.
Gabe cheating, man.
All right, here we go. Last question. The open bar. Cahoots Day.
Cahoots Day for Shocktober. The team without 2 top 24 wide receivers is, oh boy,
This is an incredible question, by the way.
incredible question.
And I really wish I could answer,
I think I'm
but
getting this
I
one wrong.
closed my browser already. So
Oh man, I totally
Leave
got
that
this
as an
wrong.
L.
Oh man.
You know what? I think I messed up. But,
Hopefully we all got it wrong, and I have enough points to secure my victory, but I'm not sure. Damn.
Probably the Falcons.
it's Falcons. I got it.
Oh,
my God.
Damn
Oh
it.
my gosh.
wow. Yes, I hold on.
Tricky
Yes.
trickster.
Let's
Tricky
go.
trickster.
8 out of
clicked-
10. 's
I
not
probably,
bad. 8 out of 10 is not bad.
to be fair, if it were points per game, Julio would be in there, but he's missed kind of some time in game and just games in general. So, yeah. Panthers got DJ Moore and Robbie Anderson. Vikings, Thielen and your boy J Squared. Texans, Cooks snuck in. Cooks just snuck in this week. He was probably actually already there, I would imagine, but he's 24th overall right now in season long. And then of course Will Fuller. But there's actually a lot of teams with 2 top 24s. Like I could have put the Seahawks in here as a choice who have 2, and I could have put let's see, I could have put, there was another team I was looking at.
Buffalo?
Buffalo and the Rams all have 2 top 24 wide receivers. And I thought the Bucks were, but it looks like Godwin's missed too much time. Or I guess does Pittsburgh have 2? No, they're close,
No.
but no, not quite. So yeah, it's kind of a lot, really. Half of the 24, top 24. Dallas, I thought was going to be there too, but CD must have dropped. Oh no, he is there. Dallas is there.
18th.
Yeah, my bad. I missed that one. Yeah. So, wow. Yeah.
Not for
top
long.
20.
2020.
Yeah, not for long. Yeah. All right.
Great game, Gabe.
So let's hit the
That was
podium, huh? Let's hit the podium, huh?
Let's see who gets there. Podium game.
Third place.
Third place.
Hey, Trader Joe.
Hey, Trader
go,
Joe
Joe.
from the
Way to
so-called
go, Joe.
chat.
Hey, Jesse.
Way to go, Scott.
good.
Yeah, way to go, Jesse. Winner,
And?
chicken dinner.
Jeff.
Nice.
Yeah.
Take that, Fugu. What it do? It ain't
That's what's
do.
up.
That's
That's
for
what's
sure.
Huh. No Chef
right.
Troll RD there. Anywhere.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I have taken the crown from him.
Yo, man, look, man, that
You
game was
can't
rigged.
you can't win at everything,
It was
Troy.
rigged.
Just letting you know, I
It
have
was
beaten
rigged.
you in the Kahootie or Kahooted, or I don't know what it's called, but you know, yeah.
Congratulations.
Sounds like if Cahooties.
You can have Twitter, you can have your Yahoo. I'll take this small little win here.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
All right. So the first official winner of Cahoots Day is the chef. FF_chef. Take that, Blowfish. Blowfish
Boo-boo.
me, huh? What do we got? We done? We're done. We're
That's
out
it.
of here. We
That's
already
it.
hit it. Sorry, J Mike. I'm sorry. But that was good, right?
That was great.
Was it worth it?
You
That
did
was
a great
fun.
job.
Was
You
it
did a great
worth
job
it?
with that.
I think
was
it
worth
could be a thing. Cahoots Day.
Cahoots
Just
Day.
saying.
Cahoots Day.
I like
Not,
that. Happy
not every
Kahoots
not
Day.
every week. I don't want to spoil y'all, but
Yeah.
you know, I gotta be in the right mood. The
Well,
right
I'm glad
mood
I was
day.
here when you were in the right mood.
Yeah,
Hot,
right
hot
mood
Cocoa
day.
does that to him.
40-degree weather. All right. We are getting out of here, but we are
Yep.
going to give people an opportunity to say goodbye in the same order that they said hello. That is starting with FF_chef, our first. I want to repeat this, our first Cahoots Day champion. Put it on a shirt, J Mike.
Might have to.
Chef, thank you for coming on, my man. share what you've got to share with the people. The floor is yours.
Once again, I am James Crease, the FF chef himself. Thank you, J Mike, for giving me that title. I love that. You can find me at, thetiltisreal.com, www.thetiltisreal.com, or on Twitter at TIR_pod. We do a couple podcasts a week on Wednesdays, and the Sunday Tilt episode is awesome. Always answering questions for your roster tilts on game day. Most recently, I am with at Ball Blast FB. I'm a writer for them over there. And currently, we are working on a bigger project with Fantasy Football Intervention at Join Our Circle _. You can find me on their weekly show called The Fantasy Six Pack on their YouTube channel. Shout out to my co-host FF One of a Kind and our producer FF John Swanson for the TIR pod. They're my family for life, brothers in arms. And thanks, you're on the screen. Thank you guys for having me. It's been a blast. We had fun. We talked Fugu. We talked banishment to Ohio. I hope I never get banished to Ohio like J Mike. And that's about it. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Much love, Chef. Like I said, long time coming. Ain't nothing but a thing. Fugu for life.
Nothing but a thing. Fugu for life.
All right. Man, Fugu.
Troy, I love your new name. It's very, very spot on.
Chef Troll RD. By the way, I think is there just one E or there two E's in Troll RD or Troy RD?
If he's gonna troll, then it has to be one.
That's fair. Good point. Chef Troll RD, thank you for coming on again. Okay. The vet of the show here tonight. The floor is yours. Say what you need to say to the people.
Sure. Well, what's up, y'all? You can find me at T King Mode on Twitter. I am a writer at Ball Blast Football. I'm also one of the co-hosts of Fantasy Football Confidential. We air on Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Wednesday to Periscope and YouTube. So check us out. I just came out with a Cam Newton Dynasty article, so check out that article. But yeah, man, just appreciate everyone rocking with me. I'm gonna have some stuff coming out, soon. So you just stay tuned, keep following me, and appreciate everybody. That's all I gotta say.
Love, love, love. All right, Scott, nimble, nimble with it.
So you can find me, if you're on Twitter, at NimbleWNumbers. Also, I do a podcast that is the Fantasy Millionaires. And on Twitter, we are the FF Millionaires because there's not enough Twitter characters to do the whole thing. But you can find my podcast at thefantasymillionaires.com. I also, that's a redraft. That's a kind of season-long focus that we do there. I also am a DFS head. So I mentioned earlier in the week or early in the year that I won a little bit of money in week 2. I cashed $5,000 on a 50-cent GPP, and I've been building my knowledge using a DFS tool that I created on nimblewnumbers.com. You can check out my work there. And also, I got a guy named Bo_McBigtime on Twitter. He writes for me. He's got a great weekly column, fades, plays, and then got different game stacks, a bunch of DFS stuff. So if you're a DFS person, please check me out over there. I do a weekly podcast on Saturday called the DFS Money Shot. I've had on Anthony Servino, Michael Hoff, Bo McBigtime, my man Chase, over there at the FF Intervention. I've also had on Kevin Tompkins, and then last week I got beat down by Michael Reedy from the Undroppable. So a bunch of great people coming on here, friends. You guys are welcome to come on too. It's your choice. You can choose $20, $50, $100. We go head to head, DK lineup. It's a great time. So please check me out. Love to get any new followers. You guys are awesome. Thank you for letting me come on.
Sorry, I'm muted. I'm freaking professional podcaster over here. Thank you.
Check now, mute bud.
Damn it. I hate when I get. And I was only being respectful for like the first time ever. I was being nice.
I do that all the time, man. I'll start talking, and my kids will start raising their hands because I'm muted.
Right.
And I'll be like, yeah, then you do this and you do this. And then
Yeah.
boom, 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 like,
Oh man, I've done it
Oh,
so
he's
many
got the
times
board
in the
out. Watch
Zoom. I know. I'm
Yeah,
done.
You know,
I know
you know
it.
what's
Thank you for
coming.
joining us on the open bar. We'll see you next week. And
You cannot run from this one. No, sir.
dude, come on. I was being nice.
Tap in.
All right. I'm not being nice ever again. Mitch, say things. Mitch.
I will make it easy. Dynasty Theory, we do all the Dynasty stuff on there. FF Confidential, we cover everything. But the most important thing I have learned tonight, this is a Yeti koozie, and it is amazing. For 2 hours, you want to have fun with your guys. Just have fun out there. They're worth the money. Buy one. It's everything. That's all I got. I really appreciate you guys having me on. It's been amazing. I consider all of you guys friends. Let's just keep it going from here on out.
Agreed on the Yeti koozie Colster
Nice, right?
vibe there. Yeah. Made here in Austin, Texas. The open bar sponsors Yeti Colster. No, they don't. But
should.
J Mike.
maybe they will. Maybe they will.
They should.
Maybe they
They
will.
might.
They
They
might.
just might.
They just might. Hell yeah.
They just might. And the J doesn't stand for just. J Mike, check. You are next on the docket, and feel free to not FF pistachios. Okay, that one's funny. Yeah. Go ahead. J Mike, you're up. Go ahead.
Listen, just grateful for this time. This was such a proper way to close out Shocktober. Man, this I'm truly amazed at how much a Tuesday night can turn a day around, can encourage you. This is good. To our guests, thank you all. James, you said everything that I was gonna say. That's why I said I'm saving it for the show. You beat me to it earlier. Just to be able to chop it up with you and to see how you've taken initiative and obviously done your own thing and carved your own space. It's humbling. It really is. It's humbling to be a part and to watch you go. So keep it up, man. Keep it up. Keep chasing after keep chasing after what you want. TK, Chef Troll RD, Timeline Troy, and all the other aliases, man. Keep grinding. Always good to have you come through as well. And also good to see how full your beard grew back in, how quick it was. Also to see DJ Moore bounce back like he has since you had to get that mustache.
Bro, you understand? He trolled me. He trolled me like crazy, bro. Ever since that bet, the 1 week, man, he didn't get double-digit points. He's gotten double-digit points, more than double-digit points every week after I had to shave my beard. DJ Moore had me. We got problems, but it's all good.
DJ Moore, the original FF Crockpot. Slow cook, baby. Obviously Scott / Jesse / nimble with it. Nah. Just grateful for you through, brother. So good to chop it up with you. And earlier Rotobahn slayed me with the I have a question for Ryan Fitzpatrick. For whatever reason, I hadn't made that connection before, and it just it's killed me in the moment.
I did a video where early this summer I was like, listen, stop calling me Ryan Fitzpatrick. I was like, I don't like it. I was like, it's not me. And those you call me Ryan Fitzpatrick, you can go to hell.
Oh wow.
That's not cool.
No, that was just me though. That was me calling me right.
I was going to say that sounds like something you'd call yourself.
That was exactly right.
Yeah.
After licking the plate.
And the dark breakfast burrito.
I'm transitioning from Ryan Fitzpatrick to Brett Kiesel. So in December, I'm going to change my avatar. I'm going to have a bigger, fuller mane. I'm not shaving this until Valentine's Day for my wife, and then she gets it. It's been over a year since I've shaved. She hates me right now. I'm not telling any lies, but I look bomb as hell, and I love it as a man. So you know what? Suck it. Wife. Sorry.
I feel like that's a moment where I don't know if you all have seen the show The Middle, the little kid that talks to his own belly, like we said stuff right.
Oh,
so that would be Brick goes like I can see you licking the plate.
Yeah.
Why would you do that, Fitzpatrick? Fitzpatrick. Anyway, bitch. Grateful to chop it up with you as well, man. And the Swift on the wall back there. That's beautiful. That is very nice.
The Georgia.
For sure. To the chat, thank you all for keeping it lit. Gabe, thank you for Kahooted. That was a lot of fun, obviously. To everybody that's checking us out in podcast form, thank you. You could spend 2 hours doing anything in the world that you want to do, especially in 2020. You can get into some real dark, twisted stuff. But you were here with us. And again, if you're listening in podcast form, we appreciate you. Thank you so much. If you want to share with a friend, great. If you want to rate us or review us, great. And if you don't, great. We appreciate you just listening to us right now. Thank you for that. I'm on Twitter at JMikeCheck, at JMICCheck. Find the show's handle at The Open Bar Pod. And you can find my main man, host with the most, Bun G, Genius MC, FF Hot Cocoa, FF Blowtorch, FF Landlord, FF Crockpot, FF Fugu, make it doo-doo, make it true, what I do, FF Pistachios, at FF Mute Bun, on Twitter, at FF Man Bun. Gabe, take us home. FF Mute Bun.
I hate when that happens, man. No. This was great. This is incredible. I have nothing to say. You know what? Actually, I do have something to say because I just looked at something that's been sitting here all night. If you were here in the pre-show, you know exactly this should have been on Kahoot's Day. You know what, for the guests anyway, what's been sitting here this whole time. The only reason I brought this up tonight is because I owe someone. I owe a bet, and it's actually not even anyone that's here on Twitter. It's not anyone here on the open bar. It is a no one. I'm just kidding. It's shout out to some homies out in the TC chat. They know what TC stands for. Look, there was a game between the Cardinals and the Seahawks. We made a bet. We made a bet about the over-under and about who was favorited in that game. And it was the Seahawks by 3, I think, and the over-under was like 54. And I was like, look, Kyler completed 9 passes last week. I think the Seahawks blow them out, go Hawks. Shoot, man, that didn't happen. What'd they score? Like 67, 64? Yeah. Too many? A lot? 65 points?
And they kept scoring.
Just crushed the over, and not to mention the Seahawks didn't even win, so obviously they could not cover. So this is just to make amends of sorts with a bet that I made, just to do it publicly, and or else it would have been in a Snapchat group. So here we go.
Cheers.
Strong
finish. It's a real strong. I done that way earlier so I could go to bed.
Yeah, took a bullet on that. So that's it. We have a show not next week because you are going to go out and vote per J Mike's rule. And I appreciate that rule and I love that rule. And gosh darn it, it's a good rule. Because you'd be like, no, I could just vote during the day, J Mike. No, I've seen videos where they're standing in line until like 3 a.m. So yeah, go out and vote, do your thing. We'll be back after that. Probably, maybe. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. It's the open bar, man. In the meantime, go listen to J Mike's pods, some Dummy Blitz, some Journal. Okay. Chef literally told you what the podcast was that inspired him to be who he is, man. So that's all love right there. That's what it's all about. So, and I agree with it, by the way. Shout out to J Mike for the Journal. That's it, man. That's it. This has been the open bar. We'll see you in a couple of weeks. Rest in peace, James the Brain. Beer soup forever. I believe I forgot to mention that last week, and that needs to be mentioned every week. You are not forgotten, my friend. Beer cheese soup forever. We will see y'all in a couple of weeks. And it's deuces.